This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality.
You hear me? Okay. What's that? Yep. All right. It may or may not be there when he gets up here, but... It is Hayes High and Great Bend. Welcome everybody to week 2 of the 2018 high school football season. I'm Dustin Armbruster along with Kurt David. The Hayes High Indians on the road for a second consecutive week take on their rivals, the Great Bend Panthers. 0-1 for the Indians, 1-0 for the Great Bend Panthers after a win last week against Andover. Tony Crow in his second game coaching the Indians, coaching where he got his first head coaching spot here in Great Bend. Coin toss is underway. Kurt David, what's the results?
Hey, I'll tell you what, Great Bend won the coin toss tonight. Palmer Hutchinson, Logan Schulte, Willie Sinek, Keaton Markley, they're the captains for the Hayes High Indians. Since Great Bend deferred, the Hayes High Indians have elected to receive. Looks like they're going to be going from right to left on the field tonight.
71 degrees at kickoff, humidity near 90%, and a chance for showers throughout, about a 40% chance of rain, but it has been wet this entire week with the drizzle. That has come on and off throughout the pregame warm-ups tonight. It'll be interesting to see how that affects tonight's play calling, or if it does, for either of the teams. Here's your starting lineups brought to you by USAFE Pharmacy, your locally owned full-service pharmacy with free delivery in Hayes. Great Bend's defense looks like this. Matt Zorn and Alan Miramontes are the senior and junior defensive ends. Defensive tackle is 250-pound senior Eric Vasquez. Linebackers, there's 3 of them: Brock Blessing, Pablo Martinez, and Blake Pinka. They're all seniors. The Bandit backers are Alex Olivas and Joey Sapizzi, both juniors. Cornerbacks are Townsend Kurth, a senior, Carson Schooler, a junior, and the safety, Dalton Miller, 170-pound senior. Hayes High defense goes like this: Trey Adams and Chase Browse, the sophomore and senior defensive ends. Tackles are Logan Schulte and Matthew Junker, a pair of seniors. Linebackers, Garrett Reimer, a senior, Brock Loomis, a junior. Cornerbacks are Drake Summers, a junior, Tavian Kramer, a junior. Bandit backers, a pair of seniors, Trey Riggs and Cody Peterson, and the safety, Keaton Markley. You know your starting lineups brought to you by USAFE Pharmacy. Visit USAFEPharmacyHayes.com. You save at USAFE Pharmacy. It'll be Great Bend kicking off left to right. Back deep to receive the kick is going to be Hayden Brown and Keaton Markley. The kick in the air towards Markley. He'll take it the 6-yard line. 10 return on the right hash. 15, 20. He gets a crease to near the 25-yard line. And the Hayes High Indians will have first down and 10. Moving right to left in their road white jerseys, maroon pants, white helmet, spear on each side of the helmet. Great Bend is going to be in their home black uniforms for the first time. Black shirts, black pants, white numbers, black helmets with the Panther on the side. First and 10 from the 24-yard line. By the way, your uniform update is brought to you by Phase 2. Let them outfit your team, whether it's on the field, on the court, or in the office. Phase 2 providing game day apparel for our broadcast. Indians with Palmer Hutchison, a quarterback, goes 2 right, 2 left. Beside him is going to be the running back, Hayden Brown, on first and 10. Ball on the right hash, moving right to left. Handoff is going to be to Brown. Tries to bounce it to the outside, across the 25, 26, maybe even the 27. Gain of 3 on first down.
I'll tell you what, Dustin, the first matchup I'm looking at tonight is Brandon Hoffman, the center. He's a senior center, 265 pounds. He's facing up against Eric Vasquez, 250-pound senior. Brandon Hoffman controlled the line of scrimmage last week against a lighter line. It'll be interesting to see what he does tonight against Vasquez.
Indians quick to the line of scrimmage. Palmer to throw, looks down the middle of the field, looking for Willie Sinnott. It's going to overshoot everybody. In coverage was Townsend Kurth, the senior cornerback, and the bandit backer, Joey Sapezi. And the Indians will have 3rd down and 7 staring at them on this next play. The Indians a week ago on 3rd down, 9 of 16 for 56%, but we're 6 for 8 on 4th downs. We're just over a half minute into the ball game. Indians 3rd down and 7 coming up. Ball at the 27-yard line for this 3rd down play. 3 wide receivers right. Mason Ibarra, the lone one, to the left. Hayden Brown in the backfield. Ball in the middle of the hash marks. Great Bend shows blitz. They bring it. Screen pass to the near side to Mason Ibarra. 30, 35-yard line. Has a convoy to the 40. Pushed out of bounds as he gets near midfield. It was set up well. It went to the side where the linebacker blitzed from. Got Brock Blessing heading up the field. And the Indians convert to the 49-yard line for a 1st down play of 22 yards.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the Hayes High Indians and Palmer Hutchinson picked up a blitzing Brock Blessing, senior linebacker for Great Bend.
And quickly the Indians back to it. Screenplay right side. Willie Sinnott tries to get to the outside into Great Bend territory. And a screenplay of 3 yards to the right side.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back to that last play, the screenplay to the near side. Tell you what, one of the key blocks, Logan Schulte, who blocked up front. Then once the screenplay was passed, but once the reception was made, Logan Schulte down the field to pick up an extra block, and he allowed for that 1st down to be made.
So into Great Bend territory for the first time at the 48-yard line. Hutchison in the shotgun snap. The blitz is on. Handoff Hayden. To Hayden Brown. He takes a little hesitation move, and Hayden Brown is just going to carry 5 Panthers inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Again, a 9 and a 1st down. The man on the spot for the tackle is going to be Blake Pinka, but that was Hayden Brown just carrying the pile for 9 yards.
Look at the Hayes High Indians. A little bit of hurry-up offense here by Tony Crow. Not allowing him to go back to the huddle. They're calling the plays at the line of scrimmage.
Dylan Reuter, only wide receiver to the right. 3 to the left. Sinnott is the slot back nearest the line of scrimmage. And now everybody checking back with Coach Tony Crow on the near sideline. Indians right to left, opening drive of week 2 of the football season. High snap back to Palmer. Pump fake. Now steps up in the pocket. He's going to tuck and run. Fake like he was going to throw. Gets hit from behind, but picks up nice yardage on 1st down. Tackle made by Pablo Martinez, the linebacker. Ball to the 30. It's going to be a gain of 8 yards on 1st down.
Hey, nice delay by Palmer Hutchinson, who avoided a couple tacklers. Palmer Hutchinson had 125 yards rushing last week. Leads the Western Athletic Conference after week 1 in terms of total rushing.
Ball to the 30. They'll call it a gain of 9. Indians right to left, taking a little time to get the play in here on 2nd down and 1 from the 30. Ball is on the left hash. Indians offensive line lined up along that 30-yard line. Brown to the right of the quarterback. Hutchison is going to be a handoff to Brown. 1st down as he sidesteps an initial tackler inside the 35. Kurt David, how about this offensive line push of Luke Fletcher, Logan Schulte, Brandon Hoffman, Colton Schendaler, and Jack Forts?
This is exactly how the Hayes High Indians started last week on the first possession of the game. Marched the ball down the field. They're now on their 7th play of the drive. Their 3rd 1st down already on this drive.
That was a 7-yard run. Brown to 19 yards on 3 carries. He had 21 yards a week ago on 9 carries. 3 wide receivers right as some mist starts to fall here in Great Bend. Ibarra, lone wide receiver left. Blitzes on from Great Bend. Palmer has time though. Now has to elude a rusher. Tucks, runs, and is going to get sacked behind the line of scrimmage. In fact, behind the 25 to the 26-yard line. He'll lose 3 on the play.
Okay, the first play that went for loss for the Hayes High Indians. That time the Hayes High Indian line not able to pick up the blitz. Palmer Hutchinson did his best to scramble, but couldn't get away from 2 blitzing linebackers.
Coach Tony Crow said that the mist wouldn't affect his play calling in tonight's ball game. Is starting to fall lightly here at Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. 2nd down and 13, 9 minutes to go 1st quarter. It's a little toss play to Willie Sinnott. He goes backwards, and that does not work out. It's going to be Brock Blessing with the tackle. It is a loss back to the 35-yard line, loss of 5, and the Indians are going to face 3rd down and very long 3rd and 18.
Yeah, that was the second time we've seen seen Brock Blessing, the senior linebacker for Great Bend, blitz. The first time Palmer Hutchinson threw over him for that screenplay that picked up a first down. This time it was a designed end around by Willie Sennett. Willie unable to elude him.
Maybe 4-down territory if the Indians can pick up part of this third down, and from the 35, it's third down at about 22 yards. 3rd and 22 for the Hayes High Indians from the 35-yard line. Back to pass as Hutchison fakes left, has all sorts of time, now gets sacked. Boy, the Indians were driving so well, then have gone -3, -9, and now a negative. Let's check it where they unpile and mark the ball at the 42-yard line. They lost 7 on that play.
Yeah, this time last week, the Junction City Blue Jays, very inexperienced coming into game 1, very outsized by the Hayes High Indians. Boy, on the last 2 plays, you've really seen the experience. 10 returning starters coming back for the Great Bend Panthers this year, and you saw that experience on these last 2 plays.
Promising drive, got down to the 24-yard line. Now 4th down and 29. You expect the Indians to punt here from the opponent's 42-yard line. Rugby-style kick high in the air towards the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. Where? A short kick to the 25. Official still backing up. 24, 23, 22. Still going backwards to the 20-yard line. So it's a kick of 22 yards. And the Hayes High Indians punt on the first possession of the ball game, but takes about 4.5 minutes off the clock.
About 4.5 minutes, a 10-play drive, picked up 3 first downs, but netted only 35 total yards for the Hayes High Indians.
Hayes High looked like they were going to at least get into field goal range. Had the ball at the 24, then went backwards on 3 consecutive plays, a pair of sacks. Indian defense onto the field for the first time, facing an offense very similar to theirs. Quarterback is Coy Brock. He'll fake the handoff, throw to the left side, and on the spot, the Hayes High Indians' Cody Peterson snuffs out the play. No gain on the catch to the one of the leading receivers in the Western Athletic Conference, Alex Schramer, with his 9th catch on the season, had 8 catches, 181 yards, and 2 touchdowns last week. And Great Bend will send 3 wide receivers to the right, including a guy who plays running back in about every other position, Dalton Miller, to the right side. 1 wide receiver left. It's going to be over the middle. It's going to be caught by Peyton Duval. Makes 1 man miss, 2 guys miss. Now he's still on his feet across the 33-yard line. First down. The Indians missed 3 tackles to the 34, gain of 14 to Peyton Duval.
And that's what we talked about last week being a big experience week for the Hayes High Indians. A lot of new players defensively, playing some new positions. One of the challenges they had, they didn't tackle very well last week against the Junction City Blue Jays. Interesting to see how much they were able to improve upon that this last week, but there they just missed 3 tackles again.
Officially at the 33, 2 right, 2 left, man in motion. Ball goes through the quarterback's hands, and Coy Brock's going to fall on it back at about the 20-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 12 to the 21. The ball went through his hands, and did the moisture that's starting to fall here cause that to go through the hands of experienced quarterback Coy Brock?
That snap was high. Coy had to jump for that. Yeah, you're right. Had the ball been dry, the question is, would he have caught in that? But that was more of an errant snap than it was Coy not being able to handle the ball.
2nd and 22. Now the Indians need to take advantage. 3 wide receivers left. Over there is Alex Schramer, Peyton Duval, 2 of the 3 wide receivers. Shotgun snap to Duval. It's to Schramer. Screen play 20, 25-yard line. Cody Peterson, first guy there to make the tackle. And the Hayes High Indians will defensively come up on 3rd down after a week of allowing their opponent Junction City to go 5 of 10. This will be 3rd down at the 27-yard line after a gain of 6.
Hey, how nice that was. You talked about Cody Peterson being out there on the tackle, but Keaton Markley was out there, so was Trey Riggs. There were multiple Hayes High Indians on the outside of the field to be able to make that tackle.
3rd down and about 15. Long snap count. Back to pass is going to be Brock. He's going for the home run ball. Watch out. And is it caught along the sideline? No, incomplete. Callan Haberman had a step on his defender. He was nearly able to get there. In coverage, Tavian Kramer, but there was a step or 2 on him, and the diving catch incomplete, and Hayes High holds on 3rd down.
Look at the Hayes High Indian defensive line got in the face of Coy Brock that time. Coy had to throw it up over the defensive line. Threw that ball just a little bit long.
The drive really thwarted by the bad snap that lost 13 yards. The punt from the 28-yard line by the quarterback, Brock, and he gets off a nice punt. The Indians just don't even go to the area that it was going to land. It will come to a stop at the 27-yard line, a 45-yard punt by Coy Brock. 5 plays and a punt. Hayes High gets the football back with 5.5 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Indian football brought to you by Insurance Planning, High Plains Farm Credit, High Plains Roofing, and Edward Jones. Daryl, Jeff, and Linda Seibel.
5 plays and 8 total yards for the Great Bend Panthers on that position.
Indians, remember, last week gave up over 500 yards of offense, but looked pretty solid there defensively. Sennett and Ibarra, wide receivers left. Reuter and Schrader, wide receivers right. For this first down play from the 27-yard line, Indians drove to the inside the 25 of Great Bend on their first drive, but then went backwards on 3 straight plays and forced to punt. First and 10 from the 27. Hutchison's going to tuck and keep. He's going to go left side, get a yard maybe. He may have not gotten back to the line of scrimmage before he stood up and driven backwards at his cornerback, Carson Schooler, who came up to hit, made the initial hit. No gain on the play at the 27-yard line.
Okay, that's 3 plays in a row for the Hayes High Indians where the offense has been totally beaten back by the Great Bend Panther defense. Be interesting to see if they can get back into routine where they were to start this game and show that ball movement like we've seen before.
This game features the top 2 tacklers after week 1 in the Western Athletic Conference. Blake Pinka had 11, Keaton Markley had 12, and now the Indians fumble the football, and it's picked up by one of the offensive linemen. Luke Fletcher is the right guy at the right time for the Indians. It ends up being a loss of about a half a yard after Hutchison had picked up 3 on the run.
We saw that one play last week against the Junction City Blue Jays. It's almost as if Palmer Hutchinson and Hayden Brown haven't agreed on the head of time. They're waiting, almost discussing who's going to take the ball. The ball is in the gut of Hayden Brown way too long. Great Bend Panther defense able to pick up on that. Luckily, you talked about Luke Fletcher being the right guy at the right time. He was at the right place to pick up that fumble.
3rd and 10 for the Indians. 1 for 2 tonight on 3rd down. Great Bend does not bring a blitz. It's a screenplay near side for for Hayden Brown. Catches the edge, runs by a defender, and he'll have a first down as he runs along the sideline. Ushered out of bounds by Townsend Kurth, but out at the 40, gain of 13 to Hayden Brown.
Blake Pinka, the 200-pound senior linebacker, he had 11 tackles last week, 1 for a loss, and that time Hayden Brown ran right around him 7 yards deep in the backfield to get to the line of scrimmage and then pick up a first down.
Hayden's first catch tonight, 6th on the season after 5 for 40 a week ago. This is a designed run for the quarterback. Hutchison cuts it up the field, 40-yard line, and he'll get about 3 on first down. A designed quarterback keeper for the leading rusher in the Western Athletic Conference from a week ago. 125 yards for Palmer Hutchison, 2nd in passing at 204. Ball to the 43-yard line. That puts Palmer at 6 carries for 2 yards. He's been sacked a couple of times. 3:35 to go. First quarter, scoreless ball game. Indians' second drive of the first quarter. 2 right, 2 left for Hutchison. It blitzes on from Great Bend. Quick screenplay near side through the hands of Willie Sennett. And Willie slaps his face mask in disgust, knowing that he should have had it. Indian football brought to you by State Glass Company, Dave's Auto Repair, and Roof Masters.
Tell you what, Willie should have caught that ball, but Joey Sopais was right there. He's a 170-pound junior bandit linebacker. He was there. He had seen where the pass was going. Willie Sennett wasn't going to pick up many yards if he had made that reception.
So 3rd down and 7. That's the first incomplete pass for Palmer Hutchison. 2 right, 2 left. In fact, 3 left. Empty backfield for the Indians on this 3rd down and 7 play. They'll check the sideline. 3:27. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. So nothing going away here in the first quarter. Hutchison gets the call from Coach Tony Crow. Again, 2 right, 3 left. Blitzes on from Great Bend. High snap. Palmer's able to grab it, though. Now flush from the pocket. He still has a chance to throw. Looks over the middle. Caught by Schrader for a first down. Good job by Palmer Hutchison to stay behind the line of scrimmage. Schrader got to an open spot in Great Bend territory at the 46-yard line, going to pick up the necessary yardage for a first down.
Boy, Great Bend Panther defense had done some stunts at the line. They were showing blitz, and it frustrated the Hayes High Indian offensive line, even may have frustrated the snap, but Palmer Hutchinson recovered, got the first down for the Indians.
Number 11 for 11 yards, now takes a screenplay right side and gets nothing. He'll be driven backwards, and Cole Schrader will lose a yard, maybe 2 on the completion to the right side.
Yeah, the screenplay had no lead blockers out there for the Hayes High Indians. 2 Great Bend Panther defenders out there easily making that tackle.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 for the Indians. That's kind of where Hayes High has stumped their toe here in the first 2 weeks of the season when things go backwards. backwards on a couple of plays. Can they find a way to go forward? 3 left, 2 right. Indians showing empty backfield on the right hash on this 2nd down and 12 play in Great Bend territory for a 2nd consecutive possession to open the game. Still scoreless. Great Bend went 5 plays, punted the football. Indians will show 3 wide receivers left. Snap back to Hutchison. Blitz is on. It's going to be a quarterback draw. Hutchison spins out of a tackle to the original line of scrimmage, then inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him back to the 45. And 3rd down for Hayes High after the 3-yard run by Palmer on the quarterback draw. Make it 3rd down and 9. Hayes High is 3 for 4 on 3rd down so far. Moving right to left, like mist falling here in Great Bend in week number 2 of the season. Again, empty backfield. Great Bend shows the blitz in those black jerseys. Now back off as the Indians check the near sideline away from the home press box. We said on the visitor side of things in Great Bend. 3rd and 9 for the Indians. Good snap. Fakes left. Now looks down the field for Willie Sennett. He's got a man, but he's going to overshoot Willie by about a yard and a half. Incomplete. The Indians went for the home run ball. Instead, look to have to punt for a 2nd time from inside Great Bend territory.
Hayes High Indian, 5 men up front, only had to guard against 3 Great Bend Panthers who are rushing the quarterback, and one of those, Matt Zorn, 185-pound senior defensive end, he was able to get through and rush that ball for Palmer Hutchinson.
Indian football brought to you by Jeter Law Firm, Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker, and Adams Brown, Barron, and Ball. Palmer's last punt went 22 yards. He'll line up this punt from the 45-yard line of Great Bend. Snap back to the quarterback / punter. Gets it off with his right foot. End-over-end punt. This one's nice, and a chance for the Indians to let it down inside of the 5-yard line. Running it down is Casey Lang on special teams, and it'll be down inside the 5. Well done by the Indian special teams. That is a 42-yard punt down to the 3-yard line.
Hayes High Indians have been able to hold the ball now for 18 plays. 10 plays on their first drive, 8 plays on the second drive. They've picked up a total of 5 first downs, but boy, that time they only were able to pick up 28 yards, and they've had to punt now for the 2nd time.
Hayes High defense lines up against an offensive line of Tate Murray, Marcus Schmeidler, Caden Schroeder, Peyton Dole, and Andrew Wettengale, all upperclassmen like the Indian offensive line. Ball from the 3-yard line, 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper is by Coy Brock. Big hole, watch out, across the 15 near the 20. Well done on the right side of the offensive line. Andrew Wettengale kicked out the defensive end, and now Great Bend has some breathing room at the 18-yard line and a gain of 15 by Coy Brock.
Boy, that time the Hayes High Indian, three defenders up front, spread very widely. There were big gaps there for the Great Bend Panthers to attack. No linebackers filled those slots. Allowing for a big gain by Great Bend.
Ball to the 19. It's a gain of 16 yards. 3 right, 1 left. It's a handoff to Fritz. No keeper by Brock. He's going to get hit by Chase Browse. The defensive end shed the tackle, or the block of Caden Schroeder went right around him. It's a short gain to the 20 and a gain of to the 21, we'll call it, gain of 2. So far, Gage Fritz, the running back, has not ran the ball, and out of all the plays Great Bend has run, they've only run 3 plays on the ground. One of those, though, a fumble recovery after it went through the quarterback's hands. 35 seconds to go, first quarter. Brock, pump fake, wants to throw, looks down the field, now pressured. He's going to tuck and run to the near side. Indians in pursuit. Well done by Keaton Markley, the league's leading tackler, able to run Brock out of bounds. A short gain to the 23-yard line, gain of 2. Clock will stop on 3rd down and 5.
Brock Loomis also coming back from a linebacker position to fill what looked to be an empty perimeter. Really looked like that was going to go for a long way. Brock Loomis closed quickly to force the ball out of bounds.
2nd time the Indians have gotten pressure with 4 guys rushing. 28 seconds to go, scoreless first quarter. Great Bend 2nd possession. This is 3rd and 6. They're 0 for 1 on 3rd down. It's going to be a handoff to the near side, and the Hayes High Indians are there to make the stop. Coming up big, Logan Schulte, who had 2 tackles for loss last week. This one will go for no gain on the play on a wide receiver run. And I believe for Great Bend, that was Paco Hernandez.
Garrett.
Who that was? It might have been Dalton Miller. It was Dalton Miller with the run for no gain.
Boy, Garrett Reimer, linebacker now for the Hayes High Indians. Last time it was Brock Loomis who came in and made that tackle. Garrett Reimer this time. Last week, the linebackers for the Hayes High Indians not making a lot of tackles, so it's nice to see Brock and Garrett into the game this early.
That's the end of the first quarter. Scoreless in Great Bend, Hayes High and Great Bend. This is the Hayes High Sports Network powered by Thirsties and The Venue.
Dental Care is devoted to helping you, your family, and friends achieve your healthiest and brightest smile. They are now accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 to schedule your appointment. They know every person's dental needs are unique, and that is why they offer you a comprehensive selection of treatment options in a comfortable and caring atmosphere. Dr. Lowe and his dental team want you to enjoy your visit. Lifetime Dental Care, accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 or see them at lifetimedentalcare.com.
Hi, I'm Gary Shorman, President and CEO of Eagle Communications, a 100% employee-owned company. I'd like to personally thank you for selecting Eagle for your internet, television, and telephone service. By choosing Eagle, you're choosing to keep your dollars local with a company that reinvests back in your community. Let's make this a great year for your community. Check us out at eaglecom.net. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
This is Eagle TV.
Second quarter, punting the football away. Coy Brock went 45 yards on his first punt, gets another good one away. Markley back to receive the punt, and it takes a huge Great Bend bounce inside the 20, rolling down to the 16-yard line. That is a 61-yard punt for Coy Brock, who punted 45 yards the first time. A week ago, he had 3 punts for 46 yards, but the Indian defense, once again, stands tall and forces a punt.
Okay, 2 punts by Great Bend Panthers. Hayes High Indian offense now has their 3rd possession of the game to start this second quarter.
Indians will go left to right. This is their worst starting field position of the game. They have started at the 24, the 27, now will start at their own 16-yard line. Indians 47 yards passing, 24 yards running so far. 2 right, 2 left, stacked behind one another. Screenplay near side, far side. Willie Sennett gets around the block of Ibarra, picks up yardage, maybe 2 yards to the 18-yard line.
Boy, two receivers out left. Willie Sennett was the one who received that pass, but there were 4 Great Bend Panthers out there guarding against those 2 receivers.
Second catch for Sennett for a total of just 5 yards so far. 3 wide receivers right for this play. Hayden Brown out of the backfield. 3 carries, 19 yards. Will line up to the left of quarterback Palmer Hutchison. Indians have driven into Great Bend territory twice, but have no points to show for it. Ibarra, lone wide receiver left. Here's an option play. Hutchison's going to go to the right side, get off the initial hit, dive across the 20-yard line, and to the 21, set up 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and about 5 for the Hayes High Indians. 3-yard gain. It's been tough sledding for Palmer. 8 carries, 8 yards. He's been sacked twice for negative 10 yards. 3rd and 5 for the Hayes High Indians, who are 3 for 5 on 3rd down tonight. Ball in the middle of the field. Hutchison tells the offensive line to play. Center Brandon Hoffman will palm the ball with his right hand. Snap it back, low snap to Hutchison, handles it well, over the middle, Dylan Reuter in and out of his hands, and it's intercepted by the Panthers. The tipped pass is taken away by the Great Bend Panthers. Dalton Miller, his first interception of the year, first pick thrown by the Hayes High Indians quarterback Palmer Hutchison on a catchable ball over the middle. Indians turned the ball over 3 times a week ago on fumbles. They turn it over on an interception in their own territory. Great Bend ball at the 37-yard line of Hayes High. They had not advanced past the 27 on their own side of the field on the first 2 drives. And so Coy Brock with a chance to put points on the board for the first time in this game. 3 wide receivers right. He'll have 1 to the left. Callan Haberman, who he just missed for a touchdown earlier. Back to passes. Brock has time to throw, looking deep over the middle. It is going to be intercepted by the Hayes High Indians. Now a fight for the football. Who has it? There is Keaton Markley, and whose football is it? Keaton Markley with the interception. Read it over the middle and takes it away. Interception for interception. First down for the Hayes High Indians. Sniffing out that play, they brought both linebackers to the A gap, and the Indians, I don't think, are going to have the first down. They spot the ball in between the 30 and 31. Oh, they give it to them.
Give it to them.
Well, the Indians convert on 3rd and 1 by picking up 1. Hutchison's 9th carry for 9 yards. 1st and 10 for the Indians. We'll call it from the 31-yard line.
Boy, there you see the difference tonight, and Hayes High Indians having a harder time controlling the line of scrimmage. Those type of plays last week against the Junction City Blue Jays were picking up 3-4 yards. Tonight, they barely squeezed out half a yard.
From the 26, handoff, Hayden Brown goes left side. He has a chance to cut it up the field to the 30 and pushed out of bounds in front of Coach Aaron Beck. At the 32-yard line. Try to stretch it all the way to the sideline. Excuse me. Yeah, to the 32. That'll be a nice gain of 6 yards.
Number 36, Joey Sapezi.
Brown with 4 carries, 25 yards, surpassing his total from the whole game a week ago. Indian football brought to you by USD 489, Taco Shop, and Redeem Designs. Indians' 4th drive, they've gone punt, both from inside Great Bend territory. Then an interception on their last drive, but then Keaton Markley on the next play returned the favor. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left for this 2nd down and 4 play. Hutchison still checking out the defense, looks at Coach Tony Crow, will take the snap. He'll roll out to his right. Now will run straight up the middle, try to pick up the first down. Does he get it? It's close. The official going to keep him just short of the 35-yard line. 3rd and 1 once again for the Indians on a gain of 3.
Okay, Colton Schoendeller doing a great job at kicking out his defensive tackle out there to get him out of the way. Hayes High Indians now 3 yards from, looks about 3 yards to make the first down.
They're going to spot the ball. Apparently his knee went down at the 34. They need to get to the 36. So 3rd and 2. Hutchison with Brown to his left on this 3rd down and 2 play. Long snap count. It's going to be a handoff to Brown. Sneaks his way through the middle. He has a crease to the 40. Carries a defender to the 44-yard line. Hayden Brown, once again, tough sledding up the middle, is able to pick up a first down. This time he's going to pick up 10 yards on the run.
Boy, Hayden Brown finding a gap there because there was a cluster of the Hayes High Indians and the Great Bend Panthers all massed together in the middle of the line. Hayden Brown able to pick out a hole out of that grouping.
From the 44, quick snap is going to be a handoff to Brown. He stutter steps, tries to get to the sideline. He'll get past the line of scrimmage and then ran out of bounds by the linebacker Joey Supezi at the 45, gain of 1. Remember last week against Junction City, Hayden Brown just ran right through a defender, and it's almost like a light bulb went off. They're going to say no gain on the play, by the way, still at the 44, but it's like a light bulb went off. He has ran much, much tougher in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, that particular play, another option between Palmer Hutchinson and Hayden Brown. Seems like those option plays between Hutchinson and Brown are taking a too long time to develop because they aren't figuring out where the ball is going to go quickly. Great Bend Panther defense able to react quickly and get to that hole and allow for not much of a gain, if any.
Brown to the left of Hutchison. 3 wide receivers that way as well on 2nd and 10. Palmer fakes right, goes left, looking for Reuter, and he's going to be incomplete. Lots of contact down the field. No call. Reuter and the cornerback banging on one another for no call. Townsend Kurth incomplete. Hutchison 7 for 11 for 58 yards. 3rd and 10 for the Indians.
Yeah, nice protection, though, for Palmer Hutchins. He had plenty of time to throw that ball, but well-guarded receiver by Townsend Kurth.
The Indians will go empty backfield from the 44-yard line on 3rd and 10. 3 left, 2 right. Long snap count. Nobody jumps. Great Bend does not show blitz. Now walking to the line of scrimmage is the linebacker Brock Blessing. He'll stand right over the center. Brandon Hoffman now back off. 3 down linemen for the Panthers and a timeout. Well, we have a whistle, and it looks like Hayes High is going to take a timeout. Coach Tony Crow wants to talk things over against the Great Bend Panthers. and talk things over here in a scoreless ball game. 7:23 to go in the second quarter. Indian football brought to you by Classic Quality Body Shop, Hayes Kalon, Hertz Rent-A-Car, and Eagle Technology Solutions.
The Hayes High Indians are moving the ball. They haven't been able to capitalize like they had at this point against Junction City last week, but boy, most improved right now is the Hayes High Indian defense that's held Great Bend to punt, and interception on the opening 3 drives. That's nice to see because at this point last week, we'd already had a high-scoring game.
Remember a week ago the Indians gave up those 50-plus points, allowed 56 to Junction City. That was the most points since the Indians gave up 55 to Buhler in 2014 and gave up 56 to Salina South in 2013. Panthers a week ago were tied at 0 after 1 quarter with Andover, scored 14 in each the second and third quarter. The Indian offense definitely has the time of possession in their favor tonight. Great Bend has ran very few plays, 10 plays, and there's 7.5 to go in the second quarter. The Indians' opening possession went 10 plays, then 8 plays, then 3 plays, and they continue to chug along at the 44. 3rd and 10. Indians are 5 for 8 on 3rd down tonight. 3 left, 2 right on this 3rd down and 10 play. Snap back to Palmer. Rolls out to his left, back to the right. Pass in and out of the hands of Hayden Brown. It wasn't going to go for much anyway, because on the spot was bandit backer David Garcia, who was suspended for game 1, eligible for game 2. That was going to be a loss of yards, and the Indians look like they'll punt for a 3rd time in 4 possessions.
Yeah, there were 2 players out there. Also, Alan Miramontes, that big defensive end we talked about earlier in the game. He was out there as well. Double coverage on that screenplay.
In and out of the hands of Brown. He had 1 blocker in front of him. There were 3 defenders there. That was going to be a tough road. So Palmer, who has gone 22 and 42 yards on his 2 punts tonight, will punt from the Indians' own 44-yard line. He'll step into it, and it'll hit somebody. It'll hit one of the linemen. This is a live football. Should the Indians pick it up, it's going to roll down to the 22-yard line. Apparently it was hit one of the Indians' offensive linemen. Hayes High gets a fortuitous bounce to the 22 on a 34-yard punt that could have spelled disaster. So Great Bend back onto the field. Their last possession, 1 play and a Keaton Markley interception. 7:16 to go first quarter. First half. Indian football brought to you by Midwest Energy, Heartland Building Center, and Next Tech. Drive will start at the 22. Great Bend has gone punt, punt, interception. Hayes High has gone punt, punt, interception, punt. They started the game with the ball. 3 wide receivers left for Coy Brock. Gage Fritz, the running back, to his left. He hasn't carried the ball yet tonight. Won't here. Screenplay near side to Brock Blessing. He's going to make a man miss. There's a flag on the play, and the play will go out of bounds at about the 1st down marker. It looks like this one's going to be coming back as Cody Peterson had made a great read on the play and then just got flung to the sideline. And that's going to be against the Great Bend Panthers on the game's first penalty, coming with 7:09 to go second quarter. And the officials will mark it off from the 23 apparently, so it will go as a 1-yard catch by Dalton Miller. I said Blessing, it was Dalton Miller with the catch.
The completion, illegal block, in the back, off.
A block in the back by Great Bend, a 10-yard penalty back to the 13. So a gain of 1, a loss of 10, and it's 1st and 19 for the Panthers. This one starting back at their own 13-yard line after starting at the 22. 2 right, 2 left for Coy Brock, the quarterback, who led the Wacken passing after 1 game, and it's caught near side. Good coverage by Tavian Kramer, and he's going to wrestle him to the sideline. The catch by Alex Schramer, but Tavian Kramer exactly where he was supposed to be at the 16-yard line, short gain of 3.
So good coverage by the secondary and good coverage on the perimeter of the field. So there we saw Tavian Kramer correcting two difficulties from last week, 2 deficiencies from last week, all in the same play.
It'll be from the 16-yard line, 2nd down and 16 for the Panthers. Snap back to Brock. No, excuse me, that is a Wildcat formation. It goes to Dalton Miller. He'll stretch to the 20-yard line and pick up 4.
Chase Browse in the backfield, able to slow that play down. Couldn't make the tackle, but he slowed it down enough for the Hayes High Indians to pursue, make that tackle for only a short gain.
And now 3rd down and 12 for a Panther team who's 0 for 2 on 3rd down tonight. Ball from the 20. Feel like the Indians have controlled this game for the most part, but still no score for either team on the board with 6 minutes to go in the first half in Great Bend. Indians' first home action next week in Liberal. Indians show 4 down linemen, 1 wide receiver to the near side. League's leading receiver along with Willie Sennett, Alex Schramer. He'll put a safety over top of him as well. Brock back to pass, steps up in the pocket, gets hit by Trey Adams, escapes the tackle, and then gets taken down by the Hayes High Indians' Chase Browse. A gain of 1 to the 21. It won't go down as a sack, but the Indians' Chase Browse got there. Give credit to Trey Adams. He was the first guy to get there, and it'll be 4th down for the Panthers on a 3-play drive.
Trey Adams got in there. Also, Gavin Hazelhorse, 180-pound sophomore. He got in there as a defensive end spot. He's the defensive end on the far side. He was in the backfield to force that scramble play up the middle.
Punt from the 21. Brock has had punts of 45 and 61 yards tonight. Back to return is Keaton Markley. Indians are going to crash the line, and it's a poor punt. Goes off the side of the foot, and it lands out of bounds in Great Bend territory. A short punt goes out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. A punt of just 24 yards. So Great Bend has run 13 plays of offense in 4 drives. There's 4:56 to go, second quarter, no score, and the Indians start on the positive side of the field at the 46-yard line officially. Indians need to take advantage of this one. It'll be the left hash for the Indians, whose offense jogs on from the sideline. That play clock has started. Hayes High's going to have to get up to the line here. Sennett left side, 3 wide receivers to the right, all in a line. And into the backfield might be Devontae Robinson in the backfield. Screen pass near side. Hayden Brown makes the catch. 45-yard line, 40. Stiff arms and gets flung out of bounds, but a flag coming from the secondary. That's usually not a good spot if you're the offense. Is it going to be holding on the Hayes High Indians? Flag at the 43-yard line. There were 3 wide receivers all stacked up in a line, and it went to the back one, which is Hayden Brown. And, that is Roy Maroney into the ball game for the Indians for the first time. Indians' first penalty. And the hold apparently going to be at the line of scrimmage. In fact, there's 2 flags. There's one over on the far side of the field as well. So the Indians will back up 10 yards on their first penalty of the ball game. Well, the Indians got a chance to do something big. They started at the Great Bend 46, but back up 10. They're at their own 44 now.
Illegal formation. That penalty is declined.
There was an illegal formation, and then the Indians also held on the play. They'll decline. Great Bend will decline the illegal formation, then call and then accept the hold. So now 3 wide receivers left from the Indians' own 44. Ball on the right hash. Sennett, a lone wide receiver to the right. They bring a bandit back over the top of him as well, Joey Supisi. 3 wide receivers left, all in a line, and Roy Maroney, a freshman in the ball game for the first time. Coaching staff very excited about some of these freshmen, including Maroney, who's going to take the handoff. He's going to try to bounce it out to the left side, 40, 45-yard line, and get ridden out of bounds after a short gain of 2, maybe 3 yards to the 47. Roy Maroney, a 165-pound freshman, gains 3 on his first varsity carry.
Maroney trying to get to the outside. Great Bend Panther defense really just strung that out and forced that for only a few yard gain. Forced Maroney out of bounds.
An eerie night weather-wise here in Great Bend. The mist has stopped, but now the sun kind of poking through some thin clouds. It almost puts an orange filter over top of Memorial Stadium. 2 right, 2 left for the Indians. Maroney still the running back to the left of Palmer Hutchison on 2nd down and 17. Palmer's going to throw, looks over the middle, it's almost intercepted. Sennett was in the area, but the closest to catching it was the cornerback, Carson Schooler. Palmer Hutchison has misfired on 4 of his last 5 passes after starting 6 of 8. 3rd down and 17 on a drive that started in Great Bend territory thanks to a short punt after a 3-play series by the Panthers, but Hayes High held on first down, backed up to their own 44, picked up 3 on a run by Roy Maroney, and then threw an incomplete pass. 3rd and 17 for the Indians, who are 5 of 9 on 3rd down tonight, though this is their longest conversion attempt of the evening, outside of 3rd and 22, where they picked up just 3 yards. 4:25 with the clock stopped after the incomplete pass. Indians on their own side of the field will empty out the backfield. 2 left, 3 right. Hutchison seeing 3 down linemen. No blitzes on. Palmer has to hurry. Throws down the middle of the field. It's going to be intercepted. Taken away again by Dalton Miller. Watch out. He's got a room to run near the middle of the field, and he returns it back to about the line of scrimmage, where Mason Ibarra will make the tackle, but a second interception by Dalton Miller tonight. And the Indians have turned it over for a second time. The ball airmailed against a 2-safety coverage, and Great Bend will start in Hayes High territory at the 44.
Yeah, Matt Zorn, we talked about him a couple plays before, the defensive end. He's a junior, 185 pounds for the Great Bend Panthers. Matt Zorn was in the backfield on an earlier drive. That time, Matt Zorn back there pressuring Palmer Hutchinson, made him rush that pass, and that's what caused Palmer to overthrow that ball into the defender's hands.
No score, 4:14 to go, second quarter. Great Bend's second series to start in Hayes High territory. The last one was 1 play and an interception. Brock hands off to Fritz. The Indians read it, but over pursue. And now there's a block in the back that's not called. Boy, the Indians got in position. Cody Peterson got pushed in the back with no call at the 40-yard line. First down, it will be a second down play, and the official looking at the Hayes High coaches and made the signal, but apparently there's no push in the back. Gain of 4 by Fritz. Goodness.
Okay, 3 minutes and 48 seconds left. The Hayes High Indian defense has forced Great Bend Panthers into punt, interception, and punt. We'll see if they can end this half off on a strong drive.
Peyton Duval, 1 wide receiver left, now 2 in the backfield, running for running backs Fritz and Miller, who just made the interception. Miller gets the call, goes right side, bounces it free, 30-yard line, 25 sideline. Watch out, 15, and taken out of bounds as he gets to the 15, and now a late flag on the play. They're going to call unnecessary roughness on a tackle that had started in the play, in the field of play. Well, that is 2 really. It'll be first down and 10 for Great Bend after this call.
And after a lot of woes last week with the Hayes High Indian defense not being able to protect the outside of the field, this tonight, so far, done a great job. This is the first time the Great Bend Panthers have been able to attack the outside successfully.
Well, Cody Peterson got pushed in the back, and now a tackle that started inbounds and finished out of bounds is a personal foul on the Indians. Half the distance to the goal line will take it to about the 7. And into the red zone for the first time, the Great Bend Panthers. Neither team had been into the red zone until this moment. And Great Bend gets the ball to start the second half. Hayes High needs to come up with a big play as Great Bend gets to the 7. First and goal. Brock, with Fritz to his right, is going to run it that way, try to find a crease, get hit by Loomis. Also over there, the Hayes High Indians' Chance Murphy, down to the 4, second and goal from the 3.
Hayes tacklers include number 78, Logan Schulte, and number 85.
Great Bend has ran far fewer plays than the Indians, but a big run down to the 4 officially.
Logan Schulte playing both ways again tonight. Now Matthew Yunker coming in for Logan Schulte to give Logan a break.
2 in the backfield, including wide receiver Peyton Duval to the left of the quarterback. Now 2 to the left of the quarterback, including Gage Fritz, Coy Brock, and flags, or whistles I should say, timeouts. Great Bend. The official is pointing Great Bend's way, but it was at Hayes High who called the timeout.
Yeah, I agree.
The timeout is called by Hayes High, their second called timeouts of the first half. Indian football is brought to you by USAFE Pharmacy, Gibbs Auto Supply, Horizon Appliance and Electronics, Steel Fabrications, Eagle Communications, Discount Siding, Big Creek Veterinary, and Lewis Automotive. This is the Hayes High Sports Network, powered this year by Thirsties and the Venue. 2:45 to go in the first half. Second down and goal from the 4-yard line. The Indians throw a second interception, and now in 6 quarters have turned the ball over 5 times. 3 turnovers on fumbles last week, 2 interceptions tonight, both of them by Dalton Miller, who will now lead the Western Athletic Conference in interceptions at 2. Both the Hayes High Indians and Great Bend Panthers had several players atop the WAC standings. Palmer Hutchison led the league in rushing. Receiving, Schramer and Sinnott 1-2 in yards. Sinnott 1-2 with Schramer in catches. And Schramer and Sinnott 1-2 in touchdown receptions. Second and goal from the 4. 2:45 to go first half, and the Hayes High defense sees 2 to the right side of the quarterback, along with 2 wide receivers to the right. It's going to be Brock keeping it right side. He'll go untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Great Bend. 2:41 remaining. Great Bend makes Hayes High pay for the interception.
3 plays for the Great Bend Panthers allowed them to go 44 yards, but that's largely due to one very long play, aided by an unnecessary roughness, a late hit penalty that got the Great Bend Panthers inside the 10.
The Indians have far outgained the Panthers tonight. They have the time of possession tonight, and they're down 6-0 pending the extra point from Great Bend's Danny Franco. The snap is held, the kick is up, and it's blocked by the Hayes High Indians. So the score will remain 6-0 after the blocked extra point. 2:41 to go in the first half. The Indians have a chance to respond, Kurt David. And last week, Indians, one of the really strong suits from a week ago was kickoff return. You don't have to do that too many times, but they had a touchdown on a kickoff return a week ago from Hayden Brown. Tavian Kramer had a long kickoff return last week as well.
You know, Keaton Markley did all right. He got the ball out to the 27 on the opening kickoff. Be interesting to see if Great Bend Panthers try to sneak in one down the middle or one very short kick like Junction City did last week. And if so, we'll see if the Hayes High Indian receiving team is much better, much more prepared to be able to handle that than they were last week.
Boy Brock, 4-yard run makes it 6-0. The extra point is blocked. That came after an Hayes High interception. Hayes High had thrown the interception on 3rd down at about 17 on a drive that started in Great Bend territory following a poor punt on a 3-play drive, and Hayes High on 1st down held and backed themselves up. And honestly, on offense, Hayes High's kind of been their own worst enemy at times tonight. Franco to tee it up in the middle of the field. He'll boot it long. This one will reach the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Hayes High will start at their own 20-yard line. 2:40 remaining in the first half. Great Bend will start the second half with the football. Great Bend kicker aided by a wind that's now picked up a little bit, going from our right to his left, so it was at the back of the kicker, and that aided that ball into the end zone. Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. It is Dodge City 7, and they have this Dodge City play tonight. Well, 1st and 10 for the Indians. We'll get you updated on scores here in just a little bit. Hayes High will start at their own 20. Moving right to, we have a score sheet that we keep in the booth here. Here we go. Hayes High playing Dodge City Salina South. Palmer Hutchison, keeper, left side 20, bounces it outside 25, has a blocker 30, 35-yard line in front of the Great Bend sideline. Flag on the play. That's probably going to be a horse collar tackle as the Indians run it up to the 40. They'll call it at the 39-yard line, gain of 19 for Palmer Hutchison. Well, Hayes High Indians now with a long play. They're going to get aided by a penalty on the Great Bend Panthers, just like the last series where Great Bend Panthers had a long play aided by an unnecessary roughness call. Hayes High Indians now going to be able to capitalize for this. Let's see if they can get into the end zone, now having the ball inside the Great Bend Panther territory at the 46-yard line. It is a face mask penalty, personal foul variety, so the Indians into Great Bend territory again. 4 of their 5 possessions have marched into Panther territory, but they have a goose egg on the scoreboard. 2:32 to go till halftime, trailing 6-0. 2 right, Schrader and Reuter. 2 left, Ibarra and Sinnott. Brown to the left of the quarterback, Palmer Hutchison. Feet planted at the 49-yard line. Great Bend brings a blitz. Palmer's going to keep, go left side again, get hit hard as he gets to the 44. Pick up 2 tough yards on the play. 12 carries, 32 yards. Clock ticks at 2:21 to go before half. Indians have 1 timeout in their pocket in the first half. Great Bend with all 3 and get the football to start half number 2. Indians blocked the extra point after the Coy Brock 4-yard touchdown run. Sennett, Schrader, Reuter to the right side on this offensive set. Ibarra to the left side, who had his first catch of the night. A 22-yarder is his first catch of the season after being shut out a week ago. Schrader will be the wide receiver closest to the right tackle. Jack Fort on 2nd down and 8. Inside, 1:45 remaining, and a delay of game on the Indians. Hayes High will back themselves up 5 yards to the 49. And 2nd down and 13 coming up.
Hayes High Indians calling the play at the line of scrimmage, looking over to the coaching staff. This is the first delay of game penalty this season on the Hayes High Indians.
Valley Center beating Garden City right now 13-8. We mentioned Dodge City up 7-3 on Salina South. Scoreboard update brought to you by Kalon, Hayes Kalon. The green grass you want in the spring starts with spraying in the fall from Hayes Kalon. 2nd down and 13, 1.5 minutes to go before halftime. It's a screen pass near side. Hutchison being tackled, but gets away from the tackle. Now steps into a throw down the field. Mason Ibarra's open 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Hayes High Indians. Palmer Hutchison kept the play alive, escaping a potential sack. Got Mason Ibarra behind the defense. And the Indians score from 49 yards out, tying the game at 6, 1:22 to go, first half.
Matt Zorn, the defensive end for the Great Bend Panthers. He's had 2 impactful plays so far on different series for the Great Bend Panthers. That time, though, missed a tackle, missed sacking Palmer Hutchinson. Palmer scrambled to the far side of the field and found Ibarra wide open for the touchdown.
Mason Ibarra, first touchdown catch of the season. Important extra point to give the Indians the lead. Schrader's kick is good, and the Hayes High Indians lead 7-6. It was a 19-yard run by Hutchison, aided by a 15-yard face mask penalty, and now the Indians have a 7-6 lead after a quick scoring drive with 1:22 to go in the second.
You're talking quick. 3 plays and 80 yards down the field. Now that was a long run, aided by a face masking penalty, but that time Palmer Hutchinson eluded Matt Zorn, finding an open Mason Ibarra for the touchdown.
Mason Ibarra had a knee injury that really limited his 2017. A lot of rehab went into getting back onto the field at 100%. Feels like he's back at 100% for the first time, and he has his 4th career touchdown catch, first catch for a touchdown this season, and Hayes High will kick off with a 7-6 lead.
All right, so now the Hayes High Indian defense that really has only had 1 mistake play tonight, and that's 1 mistake play that allowed the Great Bend Panthers to get to the outside, make up a long run on that last drive, and then eventually score the touchdown later in that drive. Just 1 mistake so far for the Hayes High Indian defense. Let's see if they can hold on now for 1 minute and 22 seconds and go into halftime with a 1-point lead.
To return the kick is Carson Schooler, a junior, and Bryce Brown, a junior. They'll stand at about the 10. It will be Cole Schrader to kick off. Had a touchback a week ago. He'll step back to about the 30-yard line. Indians leading 7-6. Devontae Robinson to his right, and to his left, Hayden Brown on this kickoff coverage. Schrader's kick is a line drive towards the middle of the field. It's going to be taken by Schooler at the 10, 15, 20. Indians with good coverage at the 26-yard line. Special teams Lane Becker on the spot to help make the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10, Great Bend at the 21-yard line. Where do they mark him officially? About a 10-yard return to the 20. Indian defense needs to hold out here for 1:17 to go to the locker room, leading by 1.
Talk about laying backer. I also saw Gavin Hazelhorse down the field quick to make a hit downfield to help on that tackle.
Great Bend, 3 punts, an interception, and a touchdown. We'll have the ball down a point. Hayes High switching defensive lineman, gets everybody set. 3 right, 1 left for Coy Brock. He's going to throw right side. Batted down. There is big Trey Adams getting up and knocking it down. The defensive end, who stands a little over 6'6", 243 pounds. The sophomore gets a paw on it, knocks it down, 2nd and 10.
He had a paw on it, knocked it down, and he had it up in the air, and Logan Schulte almost able to get there under that ball in time for the interception.
Boy, wouldn't you love to see a D lineman come away with a interception one of these days, have a chance to return it. 1 right, 3 left this time. Schramer to the left side, the league's leading receiver. 2nd and 10, high snap, handoff. Fritz hit in the backfield and dropped. The Hayes High Indians on the spot. Logan Schulte, 2nd tackle for loss today, 4th of the season already.
Logan Schulte in the backfield quick, almost making the contact right as the handoff was being made.
Hayes High Indians feeling a little momentum in their sails will take their final timeout to force Great Bend here to run this 3rd down and 12 play with 60 seconds to go in the first half. A 49-yard touchdown pass from Palmer Hutchison to Mason Ibarra on a play that Palmer was running around in the backfield. He got hit, was nearly tackled, but escaped, and Ibarra just went streaking up the left sideline, and that's where Hutchison found him all alone. And all Mason had to do was make sure the ball was in his hands, turned and ran for the end zone. A blocked extra point right now by the Hayes High Indians, the difference in today's ball game.
Hey, there's still a couple more plays here potentially defensively for the Hayes High Indians to try to control the Great Bend Panthers. But boy, what a great start to this game. Great Bend had 383 yards of offense last week. It looks to me like in terms of right now, Hayes High Indians have held Great Bend for under 100 yards in this first half.
Yeah, well under 100 at this point. 23 yards passing and 46 yards rushing is it so far. But the Indians need to make sure they get a stop on 3rd and 10. 3 right, 1 left. Fritz in the backfield with Coy Brock. He's going to roll to the strong side of the field. Look down the field. It's going to be caught and then broken up by the Hayes High Indians. Was that Tavian Kramer again that came up to make the tackle? It is. It's an incomplete pass. Great Bend will have to punt on a 3-play drive.
Boy, that ball was thrown high. The receiver jumped up for it, and Tavian Kramer made him pay by a sharp hit in the small of the back and caused him to drop that ball.
So from the 18, Great Bend will be punting. The last Brock punt went 24 yards, but he's punted for 45 and 61. Hayes High will send Keaton Markley back about 15 yards, just making sure there's no trickery on this play. The snap is to the right of Brock, and he gets off a nice end-over-end punt. Takes a huge Great Bend bounce inside the 25, inside the 20, still rolling down to about the 17-yard line. Be blowing dead with 41 seconds on the clock. That down to the 17 on a 65-yard punt.
But how about the Hayes High Indian defense when they needed to, with 1:17 left on the clock, hold the Great Bend Panthers to a 3-and-out possession to potentially end this half.
How fancy do the Indians try to get with 41 seconds to go before the half? A 7-6 lead and no timeouts remaining. Great Bend has all 3 of their timeouts. Schrader, Sennett, Ibarra to the left side, inside out. And then on the right side is going to be Dylan Reuter. The play clock has started. Indians need to get to this line of scrimmage. They've had a delay of game penalty tonight already, one of their 3 penalties. Brown to the left to Palmer Hutchison, 3-down lineman for the Panthers. It's a handoff to Hayden Brown. He's going to get short yardage to the 20. That may do it for Hayes High, kind of just testing the waters to see what they could get on first down. They'll pick up 3 from the running back Hayden Brown, 38 yards on 7 carries, leading the Indians. Hayes High right back to the line of scrimmage, though. 20 seconds to go. 2nd down and 7. Snap, handoff Brown. Brown tries to break it to the right side. Watch out, 25-yard line, and he'll run right into a pile of defenders. Clock will roll with 10, so unless Great Bend wants to stop the clock, they won't have to. Now the clock does stop. The official blows it dead at the 7-second mark. First down on the 7-yard run by the Hayes High Indians. Hayden Brown to the Indians have 1 play to get off, but with 7 seconds when the clock runs. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Now, correction, 2 to the left, including the running back, Hayden Brown. So empty backfield for Palmer Hutchison. The sticks have to get set before everything gets reset. The officials are going to put more time. Oh, I'm sorry. The official telling the clock operator that the clock will not start until his signal. Great Bend backing some guys some 20 yards off the line of scrimmage now. Clock winds, 8, 7, down to 6. Snap back to Hutchison, 5 wide receivers. Potential last play of the half. Hutchison rolling out to his right. Waiting, looking down the field, looking for Reuter up the sideline. Does he make the catch? No. Again, lots of contact, but nothing on the field, and that's how the first half will end. 7-6, the Hayes High Indians have the lead by a point at halftime. A 49-yard touchdown pass from Palmer Hutchison to Mason Ibarra, and then right now an important extra point is the difference. Kurt David.
Hey, I'll tell you what, important on that play is Palmer Hutchison had a lot of time to throw that ball, but he took a hard hit right as he was releasing the ball. Took him a while to get up. He was a little woozy. He's now walking slowly with Coach Crow to the locker room, but Palmer Hutchison hit hard, returning slowly but under his own feet, walking slowly back to the locker room right now. Dustin, big first half for the Hayes High Indians. You know, the offense not as prolific as we saw last week against the Junction City Blue Jays, but they were able to move the ball down the field. They had possessions of 10 plays, 8 plays, 7 plays, picked up multiple first downs, able to move the field, only able to get in the end zone one time. Most improved right now is the defense. We talked about last week the defense not making tackles very well, not being able to protect the perimeter, and we really questioned whether after just 4 days of practice was the coaching staff going to be able to coach those players, coach that experience into some improvements. And we've seen tonight, with the exception of one play where the Hayes High Indians were unable to protect the perimeter, the rest of the night they've controlled the Great Bend Panthers to punt, interception, punt, and punt. Look at that, 4 punts and an interception. Hayes High Indian defense very improved over a week ago.
Hayes High leads Great Bend at halftime, 7-6. This is the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Thirsties and The Venue.
Make sure you stay around and watch your performance.
This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder, Whiskey Creek, Paul Wurtenberger Construction, TMP Marion Alumni, McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, Golden Plains Credit Union, and Classic Quality Body Shop. This high school sports presentation is brought to you by Service Master Clean, Insurance Planning, Thirsties, Patty Bacon Rhine Appraising, Next Tech Wireless, Master Cleaners, Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Steel Fab, Lifetime Dental, Commercial Builder,
Hayes High will start the second half on defense. Cole Schrader will tee the ball up at the 40-yard line, kick it left to right as we view things on the visitor sideline. Indians up by a point thanks to a 49-yard touchdown pass from Palmer Hutchison to Mason Ibarra, and getting the extra point a little over a minute after Great Bend had scored to take a 6-0 lead, but had the extra point blocked. At halftime, it is Dodge City 7, Salina South 3, Valley Center 27, Garden City 14, 7-0 Wichita North early over Liberal, TMP 6-0 over Ellis. Scoreboard update brought to you by Hayes Kalon, and Schrader addresses the ball. It'll be a boot down the left side, and it's fumbled. It goes off the knee of a player, but picked up by the Panthers. The Panthers avoid disaster. Bryce Brown, the cornerback, nearly booted it right to the Hayes High Indians, but the Panthers get the football across the 25 near the 28-yard line.
Boy, Schrader kicking into a 10-mile-an-hour wind and some mist that's coming down a little bit heavier now, Dustin. Tell you what, that ball was shorter than the Great Bend receiver had expected. Caused him to fumble the ball, but wow, that ball bounced right back up into his arms.
That mist will make a difference. A lot of humidity tonight. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right make that 1 to the right for the Panthers, who go 2 in the backfield on first down. Handoff, Fritz dances in the backfield. He finds a little crease, hits the sideline. Watch out, still on his feet. 45-yard line, tackled in Hayes High territory. Looked like the Indians had Gage Fritz corralled, but he gets into Hayes High territory to the 49-yard line.
Boy, the Hayes High Indians held the Great Bend Panther offense to 69 yards in the first half. Really did a great job of tackling, really did a great job of protecting the perimeter, but that time Great Bend Panthers found the outside lanes on the far side of the field.
23 yards on the first play from scrimmage of the second half. Indians up by a point, 7-6. Snap back to Brock, handoff again to Fritz. This time he is hit at the line of scrimmage. Junker is there, Browse is there, and another defensive lineman is Logan Schulte. 3 D linemen tackle for loss back at the 50.
Boy, that time the Great Bend Panthers trying to attack that far side of the field again, and you're right, Matthew Junker in there quickly to make that tackle.
Remember, it was the right side offense, left side defense that Junction City tried to attack. That's what Great Bend did there, and Hayes High held pat. 2nd down and 11 from midfield. 2 in the backfield again with Coy Brock, the quarterback. 2 left, 1 right for the receivers. Snap from the right hash. Handoff is going to go to Dalton Miller. Crashes straight ahead. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Picks up 2, maybe 3 yards. As they unpile at about the 46-yard line. Miller will take it to the 47, we'll call it. 3rd down coming up after the gain of 3.
Logan Schulte in there on that tackle, but also nice to see again Garrett Reimer. Getting to see our linebackers, Garrett Reimer and Brock Loomis, into the plays.
Great Bend was 0 for 4 in the first half on 3rd down. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Fritz alone in the backfield. Snap on the play, flags all over the place. This will be an illegal snap or an illegal formation. Pass is incomplete. Hayes High might be able to decline this penalty and force 4th down. It is an illegal shift against Great Bend. Does Hayes High have the right to decline, or did they never blew the play dead? You would imagine Hayes High would decline to make it 4th down and 7.
Prior to the snap, illegal shift. 2 men moving prior to the snap without resetting. That penalty declined.
Yep, penalty declined. 4th down, and Great Bend may be forced to punt from the Hayes High 47, but will they? Coy Brock, 260 yards passing last week, now 9 for 10 for 23. Great Bend lining up like they're going to go for it. Of course, like Hayes High, their quarterback is their punter. Now Brock will step back as Keaton Markley goes back inside the 10. Brock to punt from the 47, a straight-on punt. This is high, and it went off his foot to the far side. A very, very short punt that'll go out of bounds as the official marks it at the 38-yard line. A punt of just 9 yards. And the Indians hold on defense and get the ball up 7-6. 3rd quarter, 10:16 to go. 3rd quarter, Hayes High at the 38-yard line. They outgained Great Bend 178-69. Indians allow just 4 plays, that 23-yard run, but then just 2 yards after that. From the 38, Indians left to right. Hayes High still huddle up on the sideline. The play clock runs as Mason Ibarra runs over to the left side. 3 wide receivers to the right. Indians going to have to hustle up after the play clock started from the sideline. Cole Schrader basically in the backfield. Well, Hayes High taking a lot of time on this snap. Hutchison will take the snap. Hand off to Brown. Tries to come off the right tackle. Has a crease. Gets to the 45 and runs through Dalton Miller for a first down on a gain of 10. Hayden Brown, 55 yards on 9 carries. And that time he went right through the safety, Dalton Miller.
Logan Schulte and Luke Fletcher pulling from the far side of the line of scrimmage to get out in front of that runner. Both of them making contact against people in the secondary for the Great Bend Panthers. First down for the Hayes High Indians on one play.
This offensive line of Fletcher, Schulte, Hoffman, Schindler, Fort. They're big guys, but they move pretty well as also when they want to be able to pull either left or right. 3 left, 1 right. Handoff Brown. He's going to try to cut it up the field, get wrapped down from behind. Brock Blessing with the tackle at the 49. Gain of 1. Basically the same play to the left side, but Great Bend shot the gap and was awarded with a tackle.
You're right. It was in the mirror image play for the Hayes High Indians. That time Jack Fort and Colton Schoendoller pulling from the near side of the field to the far side. Great Bend Panthers, though, pursued well.
Indians now set up with 2 right, 2 left. Reuter and Schrader to the right side, Sennett and Ibarra to the left, and a long time to get this play in. The Indians going to have to hustle when they get to the line of scrimmage. Brown to the right of the quarterback. Palmer Hutchison, the play clock inside of 5. It's going to be a play-action pass. Hutchison steps in front of a sack, escapes a sack, now gets hit hard at the 45-yard line. Well, he got away from 1 tackler, but Great Bend just brought way too many people, and the officials will mark the ball at the 44 on a loss of 5.
Yeah, Palmer Hutchinson had little protection there for a while, but boy, after that first initial contact hit, which he avoided, 5 Great Bend Panthers in the backfield to make the tackle.
3rd sack of Palmer Hutchison tonight, 3rd and 14 for the Indians. They were 5 of 10 in the first half. Hayes High has not got a lot of chunk plays tonight outside of 2 big pass plays of 22 and 49 yards to Mason Ibarra. One of those, a touchdown. Schrader, Ibarra left, Sennett, Reuter right on 3rd down and 14. Hutchison bobbled the snap, gets the screenplay out to Willie Sennett, but only back to about the 46-yard line. 4th down on a gain of 2.
Boy, Hayes High Indians pulling the near side guard and tackle. So Colton Schoendoller and Jack Fort pulling to the far side of the field, but some deception there with Palmer Hutchinson throwing to the near side of the field against the pulling guard and tackle.
8 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Indians up 7-6, but will punt after they get a first down near midfield and then a sack thwarting the drive. Ball at the 46. Hutchison on his 4th punt of the night, rugby style along the sideline. This is a fair catch called for inside the 20 by Great Bend's Dalton Miller. 2nd punt inside the 20 tonight. That goes down at the 18-yard line. That'll be a punt of 36 yards. So each team a short drive and punt. And Great Bend will take over at their own 18 with 7:41 to go, 3rd quarter. Indian football brought to you by Service Master Clean of Hayes, Thirsty's Brew Pub and Grill, and Patty Bacon Rind Appraising. Great Bend, 69 yards of offense in the first half, 23 on their first run of the second half, but then next 3 plays went nowhere and they punted the football. 7-6 Hayes by 1 on an extra point by Cole Schrader. Handoff Fritz. It's a counter play near side, and he's ankle tackled by the Hayes High Indians, or it was going to be a big play. Keaton Markley comes up to make the tackle at the 22, gain of 4 on what could have been much, much more. Fritz, 5 carries, 28 yards. Last week had 9 carries for 68. Dalton Miller had 3 carries for 11 a week ago. He's at 4 carries, 31. His 25-yard run set up Great Bend's touchdown after he had the interception. 2nd and 6 from the 22. Ball on the left hash, 2 right, 2 left. It's a handoff. Dalton Miller cuts back against the grain, has a seam up the middle. First down near the 35. Miller found a crease and was able to pick up 13.
Yeah, Miller did find a hole there and then was able to elude 2 Hayes High Indian tacklers to pick up some additional yardage. Great Bend Panthers now have a first down at the 34-yard line.
Scoreboard update, Hoxie and Osborne, a big 8-man showdown. Hoxie leads Osborne 28-20. TMP on Ellis, 6-0. On your Hayes Kalon scoreboard update, here's a run play back up the middle. Little gain. Was that Gage Fritz that time up the middle?
Tate Adams on the outside, making sure that ball did not go to the outside, and sure enough, he forces the play into the strength of the Hayes High Indian defense. That's Matthew Junker and Logan Schulte making that tackle.
Gain of 2 by Fritz, and right now, Great Bend pretty content on putting this thing on the ground. 6:13 to go, third quarter. 7-6 Hayes on a 49-yard touchdown pass from Palmer Hutchison to Mason Ibarra. 2 running backs in the backfield. Indians 4 down linemen in the 4-2-5. Handoff, Fritz. He's going to try to stretch it out to the right side. Logan Schulte there, but misses the tackle. Fritz breaks free, gets into Hayes High territory after the Indians look like they're going to wrap him up in the backfield into Hayes High territory at the 49. It is going to be a run of 14 yards for Gage Fritz on a play that was going nowhere.
Boy, it was going nowhere, and one missed tackle allows the Great Bend runner to pick up an additional 10 yards on that play.
And so 1st and 10 for Great Bend for a second series in the second half. They go into Hayes High territory. 1-0 for Great Bend after beating Andover last week. Hayes High 0-1, losing to Junction City, who's winning against Washburn Rural at halftime tonight. 2 right, 1 left. Now man in motion out of the backfield is Fritz. Back to pass is the quarterback. Brock gets it to Schramer near side. He makes one man miss. 2 guys miss, still on his feet at the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Late flag. Is this going to be a face mask on the Hayes High Indians? Right now, standing be a 16-yard gain, but Great Bend already walking backwards. But where was the penalty at? It looked like the flag, and it is still down right about where the tackle was made.
There is a flag on the play.
A 1 yard short of where the play was actually ended at. So right now going down as a 16-yard pass play.
Well, you talked about the Great Bend Panthers were comfortable running the ball. That time very productive with the pass play, and Schramer able to elude a couple tacklers, pick up some extra yardages, but the penalty is going to force Great Bend Panthers back to the Hayes High Indian 44-yard line.
So the ball officially goes to the 34 on a gain of 15, and then the penalty back to the 44-yard line. Penalty was a 10-yard penalty, and it'll be first down and about 6 yards for the Panthers at the 44. Shotgun snap to Brock. Hands off Miller, left side. Dalton Miller spinning, getting hit, gaining about a yard to the 42. Give him 1 to the 43.
Matthew Junker in the backfield to slow that play down to minimize the gain for the Great Bend Panthers.
Hayes High on defense with 4:50 to go, third quarter. 7-6, a 1-point lead. A Coy Brock touchdown run for the Panthers, a Mason Ibarra touchdown reception for the Indians, all occurring in the final 2.5 minutes of the second quarter. Great Bend now taking a long time to get the play in from third-year head coach Aaron Beck, who's 16-6 in his 3 years. 2 right, 1 left, 2 in the backfield for the Panthers on second down at about 3 yards. Handoff is going to be to Fritz, gets by one guy, then Keaton Markley, a sure tackle at the first down marker. They may give him the first down at the 39-yard line. The official looks, they're going to spot, they'll probably give him the first down, I imagine. I'm still looking. And we're going to have a timeout for measurement. So this is either a run of 3 yards or a run of 3 yards and the length of a football.
Logan Schulte back in. Looks like Chance Murphy had been giving Logan Schulte a few plays to take a breather early here in the second half.
The good news is on this measurement, they have to go all of about 15 feet onto the field. So it won't take too long
and he'll have the first
to
down.
Measure. And by the tip of the football, there's the 2 white stripes on either end of the ball, and it was where the marker went down nearest the end zone for the first down. So from the 39, Great Bend's drive continues. This is by play, I believe, their longest drive of the game already. Hayes High leading 7-6. They Have had the ball once here in the second half, had a promising drive to midfield, but then had to punt the football. 2 right, 1 left. Great Bend's been going with 2 in the backfield pretty much the entire second half. Fritz in motion. It's going to be a keep right by Brock. He misses. He gets away from a diving tackle, and then Logan Schulte swings him down to the turf. The Hayes High Indians with a big-time tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Check that.
It's
Trey Adams with the tackle.
Trey Adams back there to guard the perimeter to make sure that Brock was not going to get around. Brock was not going to get around him. Did a good job of protecting the outside and then grabbed him and swung him to the ground.
A loss of 7 on the designed keeper. 2nd down and 17. Brock with 8 carries, 9 yards, but a touchdown run. Ball back to the 46. Trey Adams has had a big game tonight. Batted down a pass earlier as well. Man in motion. It's a jet sweep. He's going to come near side. Miller makes a man miss in the backfield. Then 2 Hayes High Indians run into each other. Miller at the 20-yard line. Spin move. He's going to get inside the 10. He's going to score a touchdown. The Indians had the play locked up in the backfield, and they instead allow a 46-yard touchdown run to Dalton Miller.
Oh, when the Hayes High Indian defense had played so well tonight and corrected the tackling errors they had made last week against Junction City, and this time 4 tackles were missed on one play. Great Bend Panthers capitalize on that and get into the end zone.
Dalton Miller had 6 carries for 45 yards. He went 46 yards on that run. That's after the Indians had swung the running back down to the turf on the previous play for a loss of 7. Now Great Bend will try to get the extra point back and go for 2. Dalton Miller, 46-yard run, and a fancy one at that.
8 plays for 82 yards. 2 big plays on that drive.
And it'll be a 2-point conversion. Brock looking right side, running. It gets tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. 2-point conversion, no good. Keaton Markley on the blitz comes up with the big tackle. 3:04 to go in the third quarter. Hayes High down 12-7. A touchdown puts them back to the lead. Hayes High offense has to get back in gear here for the third quarter.
Boy, that was obviously the longest drive for the Great Bend Panthers tonight. 82 yards down the field. 2 plays in particular that went for long yardage for the Great Bend Panthers.
Yeah, they had the 46-yard Dalton Miller run and had a 14-yard Gage Fritz run. The key for Great Bend was not facing third down. They are 0 for 5 on third down tonight, but on the 2 drives they've scored on, they haven't gotten to third down. 8 plays, their longest drive by play tonight as well. Hayes High offense will need to respond back. Tavian Kramer, Hayden Brown back to return the kick. Indian football brought to you by Next Tech Wireless and Master Cleaners.
And number 3, Tavian Kramer.
Indians' returns have been shortened tonight because of the leg of Danny Franco, who put his last kickoff into the end zone. Not a lot of wind now showing on the flags at the top of the Memorial Stadium, but more than enough to put this into the end zone. And Hayes High will get the ball at their own 20, down 12-7. A touchdown can give the Indians a lead, and an extra point can put them up by a couple.
Boy, 3:04 left in this third quarter, and the Hayes High Indians have only had the ball for 1 possession. They had 3 plays where they picked up 9 yards. Hayes High Indian offense not on the field much yet in this second half.
And they'll have an opportunity with a 5-point deficit to work with. Indian football brought to you by Eagle Communications. Maximize your advertising dollars with Eagle Marketing Solutions. Learn more at eaglecom.net. Indians will bring Roy Maroney, the freshman, into the ball game, into the backfield. Go 2 wide receivers left, 2 right. Hayden Brown, one of those wide receivers, to the right side with Cole Schrader. Handoff, Maroney straight ahead, and he runs over a defender up to about the 24-yard line. Maroney not afraid of contact, straight ahead for 4 yards.
Ball carrier, number 45.
They have some high expectations for the 5'9", 165-pound freshman. He's the running back again. 2 right, 2 left. 2nd down and 6. Great Bend now shows blitz. They back off the blitz with 4 down linemen throwing down the field for Hayden Brown, and it's incomplete, underthrown by the quarterback Palmer Hutchison. 3rd and 6.
Palmer Hutchinson had great protection by the offensive line, had enough nice pocket formed, able to step up into it Boy, that was good coverage by the Great Bend Panthers against Hayden Brown. The ball underthrown a little bit, but boy, into tough coverage against Great Bend.
Brown, Sennett, Schrader all to the right. Ibarra alone to the left. On 3rd and 6, Indians 0 for 1 in the second half on 3rd down, 5 for 11 in the game. Maroney to the right of the quarterback. Great Bend shows blitz. They bring the blitz. It's a keeper by Palmer Hutchison on 3rd and 6. He'll get the first down across the 30 on a tough run to the 31-yard line. Gain of 7 when they needed 6. The drive stays alive for Hayes High at the 31.
Boy, Roy Maroney there running alongside Palmer Hutchinson. Palmer Hutchinson able to push through a couple blocks or a couple tackles there to pick up just enough for the first down.
I think almost marked him to the 32. We'll still keep it at the 31. 1st and 10. Again, 3 right, now 2 left. Empty backfield for Palmer Hutchison. 3 down linemen for the Panthers. Low snap. Palmer picks it up under some pressure. Now he's going to tuck it. Now he's going to run on the right side. Sidestep a defender. 30-yard line. 35, 40. He'll pick up 9 as he gets around the right end. He had that option to throw it. It froze the bandit backer, and Great Bend has a player very slow to get up off the turf. Gain of 9 for the Hayes High Indians.
2 blitzing linebackers by Great Bend coming from opposite sides of Palmer Hutchinson. Palmer Hutchinson steps up and causes both of those linebackers to slip. Palmer Hutchinson then eludes. Almost thought about throwing the ball, but I think he then realized he was over the line of scrimmage. Tucked it in and just ran.
Dalton Miller was the one up late, and he's hobbling back at about midfield. 1:38 to go, 3rd quarter. Indians down 12-7 on a 46-yard touchdown run by Dalton Miller, a two-way player for the Panthers. Indians taking some time on this 2nd down and 2 play. 3 left, 1 right. Indians calling for a quick snap. Handoff Maroney straight up the middle. First, close to the first down. Needed about 1.5 yards or 2. The official says just short on the Maroney run. 3rd down and less than 1 yard.
Boy, Brandon Hoffman doing his best job to get Eric Vasquez, that 250-pound senior nose tackle, out of the way. Couldn't move him quite enough for Maroney to get around him.
3rd and 1. Palmer under center. He's going to go end around as the Great Bend Panthers all came up to the line of scrimmage. Palmer just grabbed the snap, ran around the left tackle, got around Luke Fletcher, who sealed off the defensive end. All the linebackers were in the middle. A gain of 5. The drive continues with 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
I've never seen a quarterback sneak go off tackle like that before. That was a design quarterback sneak. There was no hole there that Brandon Hoffman or Logan Schulte get created, so Palmer Hutchinson did what he could to get off tackle.
Great Bend has a player down. Linebacker Brock Blessing, 7 tackles, 1 for loss last week. The senior will get up, but not before a trainer had to come out, so the Indians will get a little extra time to talk about 1st down and 10 from the 51-yard line. 12-7, Indians down, from the 45-yard line. 51 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Indians down 12-7.
It's all right. The Hayes High Indians are 6 plays into this drive, and they're going to get what is effect a timeout here because of the injured player. Coach Crow taking advantage of it and resetting the offense now on 1st and 10 from the Hayes High Indian 45-yard line.
Surprised the officials have given everybody this long. I don't know if this is a just advantageous break for everybody or what, but regardless, the officials eventually call him back in. The official who spots the ball has a towel for this second half. Holds it over the ball till he places it. Indians from the left hash moving left to right, trying to take the lead back from Great Bend. Down 12-7, 45 seconds and counting, 3rd quarter. Ibarra left, Sennett left. Brown and Schrader right. Maroney in the backfield as Great Bend shows blitz with 3 down linemen. Here's going to be Sennett on the jet sweep coming near side, trying to catch the edge, 45-yard line, and taken down 1 yard shy of midfield on what could be the final play of the 3rd quarter if the Indians wish. A gain of 4 for Willie Sennett on the jet sweep. Near midfield, they'll give him 5 to the 50.
He picked up 5 because Cole Schrader picked up a nice block to pick up an outside linebacker, and now for there to be a good gap there. The Great Bend Panther defense was pursuing well.
Indians will take this to the 4th quarter, down 12-7. It's just their 2nd drive of the 2nd half. Indians down 5 in Great Bend. This is the Hayes High Sports Network, powered by Thirsties and The Venue.
It should work anywhere in your home. Introducing Boost, the cutting-edge Wi-Fi solution that makes dead zones history. Boost starts with a dual-band modem and router with greater range than ever. Access points can be added anywhere there's a cable outlet to create more wired connections and stronger Wi-Fi to power all your family's devices in all the places you love to live. Learn more at eaglecom.net or call today and add the power of Boost to your Wi-Fi.
Hi, I'm Gary Shorman, President and CEO of Eagle Communications, a 100% employee-owned company. I'd like to personally thank you for selecting Eagle for your internet, television, and telephone service. By choosing Eagle, you're choosing to keep your dollars local with a company that reinvests back in your community. Let's make this a great year for your community. Check us out at eaglecom.net. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
It's time to explore the great indoors.
Grandpa, you know how to play this game?
Where snacks are shared.
As the Hayes High Indians trailing Great Bend 12-7. Great Bend missed an extra point and then got tackled for a loss on a 2-point conversion attempt in the third quarter. This is the Indians' second drive of the second half.
But on this drive, they're 7 plays into it, already picked up 2 first downs to go 30 yards so far.
At the 50, Maroney to the left of Palmer. Hutchison gives it to the freshman running back. He's able to jump off of an initial hit and gain 2 yards to the Great Bend 48-yard line. Third down and 3 coming up for the Indians, who are 2 for 2 on this drive, 2 for 3 in the second half. Maroney now with 4 carries and is at 10 yards. Valuable experience for a freshman they have high expectations for. Indians need to get to the Great Bend 45. 2 left, Sennett and Ibarra. 2 in the backfield, Brown and Maroney. For Hutchison on third down, it's a straight-ahead run by the quarterback, and it's going to be a tackle for a loss back at midfield. 4th down and 5 after a loss of 2 yards.
Great Bend protecting against a run. They have 5 men on the line of scrimmage. One of those players, Pablo Martinez, the linebacker, able to make that tackle for a loss. His 7th or 8th tackle in the season.
Indians down 5, 12-7, minute gone out of the 4th quarter. Probably not the time for it, but Great Bend protecting against a potential fake, and right now Palmer Hutchison lining up like the Indians will go for it on 4th and 5, trying to get Great Bend to jump off sides. Now the Indians will check the sidelines. They go 2 right, 2 left on the wide receivers. Long time on the sideline with the play. Do the Indians go for it on 4th and 5? They will. Roll out right side. Hutchison looking down the field. Does he have a receiver open? He does. Is it caught? No, incomplete. Looked like whoever was over there, Sennett, stepped out of bounds as he caught the football. Indians go for it on 4th and 5, turn it over at midfield. Indians a week ago on 4th down were 6 of 8. But Great Bend now gets the ball at the 50, and the Indian defense needs to come up big.
Tell you what, the Hayes High Indians held that play for 9 plays, able to pick up 30 yards and a turnover on downs at midfield.
Hayes High trying to catch Great Bend a little out of position maybe with 10:27 to go in the 4th quarter. Ball at midfield. Matt Yunker, Trey Adams, Che Sprouse, and Logan Schulte on that defensive line trying to disrupt the next play for the Panthers, who have 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback Coy Brock. The second half has been on the ground pretty much for both teams. Brock, play action pass, looking over the middle, watch out, it is caught at the 20-yard line by Schramer. They'll mark him down officially at the 22. He got inside position on Tavian Kramer.
Tavian Kramer had good position, but boy, Schramer just able to come down and hold on to that ball and bring it down to the ground.
It's a gain of 28 yards to the 22-yard line. Indians took a chance, but right now not panning out the way they hoped. Brock now 7 for 12. He'll hand off up the middle, a gain of 1. Is that Fritz on the run? As they unpile, it was, and Gage Fritz comes up hopping on 1 foot.
Hayes High Indian
1 to the 21.
Hayes High Indian defense in the first half able to hold Coy Brack and Alex Schramer to just 23 yards passing. Now on 2 big pass plays in the second half, Hayes High Indian defense is beginning to give up those passing yardage that was so prolific for the Panthers last week against Andover.
66 yards for Brock now, and 43 of them in the second half. 2nd and 9 from the 21. Great Bend left to right, 2 left, 1 right. They've gone 2 in the backfield the entire time. Fritz in motion out of the backfield. Will catch it on the wheel route. It's thrown behind Fritz. 3rd and 9 for a Panther team who's 0 for 5 on 3rd down. Indian defense trying to come up with a big 4th quarter play and stop here after Hayes High lost the ball on downs at the 50 on an incomplete pass right along the sideline. From the 21, Great Bend in their home black uniforms left to right. Hayes High in their road whites for a 2nd consecutive week. They'll wear their home jerseys next week against Liberal, but concerned to beat the Panthers now. 2 right, 1 left. 3rd down and 9 for Coy Brock, who wants to pass. Has all time to throw. Looks for the end zone. It is going to be, is it intercepted? It's incomplete. Boy, Tavian Kramer came down with it. In fact, he throws it to the official, but an incomplete pass, and 4th down and 9. What does Great Bend do from the 21? A field goal gives them an 8-point lead from a kicker who has gone into the back of the end zone twice, and it looks like they'll run Danny Franco out to attempt his first field goal of the season. He was 5 for 5 on extra points a week ago. He's 0 for 1 on extra points tonight.
He's going to be kicking into somewhere close to a 10-mile-an-hour wind.
The holder is the quarterback, Coy Brock. This will be a 38-yard field goal and a flag. Boy, who jumps? This is big on both sides. There's a flag on each side pointing at one another, but the Hayes High Indians look like they're the guilty party. Hayes High jumped off sides. It'll make it 4th and 4. Now does Great Bend decide to go for it? First second half penalty on the Indians.
And they're bringing the full offense back out on the field.
Here comes the offense on 4th down and 4. So instead of a field goal attempt, Great Bend is going to bring the offense back out from the 16-yard line. Check that, 16-yard line. On 4th down and 4, Great Bend a week ago, 3 for 4 on 4th down. The Indians just lost the ball on 4th down. Long snap count for Brock. He's going to keep it in right side. It's going to be hit. Is he going to get a first down? This is close. I mean, really, really close. The official runs in at about the 17-yard line. Whoa, that's a really good spot for Great Bend. The officials are going to measure, but this looks to be good by about a football length, maybe more. 9:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Hayes High jumped off sides on 4th and 9 on a field goal attempt. And right now it looks like on 4th and 4, Great Bend is going to not have a first down. Hayes High football. You called it, Kurt David. 3 yards for Brock, and so the Indians turn it over on downs. The Panthers return the favor, and Hayes High has the football down 5, 12-7, 9:10 to go. Here comes the Indian offense. They have gotten the ball to the Great Bend side of the field and on almost every possession tonight. They start with their worst field position now on their own 13. Don't call it the 14. If they would have gotten to the 13, they would have had a first down. 5 plays for Great Bend, but they lose it on downs. 3 wide receivers left, all stacked behind one another. 1 wide receiver to the right is Willie Sinnott. Maroney, the running back, to the left to Palmer Hutchison. Snap back to Palmer. Quick screen pass left side to Hayden Brown. Hayden tries to cut back to the middle of the field. Now reverses field. Tries to find a blocker. He's at the 10, 15, and gets cut down short of the 15. I don't know if the Indians may have got a yard out of that after running about 20 yards. They'll mark him at the 14-yard line. We'll call it no gain on the play.
So Hayes High Indians, this is their third possession of the game with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. First possession of the game, 3 and out, ended up in a punt. 4 plays, ended up being a turnover on downs. On the second possession, turned the ball over. Hayes High Indians need to make a concerted drive down the field here to get ahead in this game. They're down by 5.
Right hash, 2nd and 10. Snap back to Palmer. Hutchison hands it off to Roy Maroney. The freshman cuts it up the field. He's got a little bit of a crease. Watch out, 20, 25-yard line. Cuts back in. The freshman's got a first down at the 26. Gain of 13 for Roy Maroney.
We had heard about Roy Maroney having some good lateral movement on his first three carries. Really straightforward up the field. Not much opportunity to cut. There, Roy Maroney got in the open field, and you can see that lateral movement. You saw him elude 3 different tacklers for the Great Bend Panthers.
22 yards on 5 carries, and the Indians have first down at the 26 after the gain of 12. 2 right, 2 left. Hayes High down by 5 midway through the fourth quarter. It's a passing play by Hutchison over the middle, and he overshoots Hayden Brown on the play action pass on 1st and 10. Indians have tried to go deep, but we talk about experience in the pregame show. This secondary hasn't bitten on a play-action pass all night.
Hayden Brown, though, had split the gap between the two defenders. Palmer Hutchinson had him open, just overthrew him by a couple yards.
2nd and 10 from the 26, 7:55 to go, fourth quarter, 12-7. Indians down 5 on 96.9 KFIX Plainville Hayes, HayesPost.com, and Eagle Community Television. Brown in motion is going to be a jet sweep to Hayden. He's going to cut it up the field and get planted by Blake Penka, excuse me. Loss on the play inside the 25, back to the 22-yard line. Loss of 4, and the Indians have 3rd down and 14.
Hayes High Indians had a double team block on Eric Vasquez up the middle, but that left Blake Penka open with nobody blocking him to make that tackle in the backfield. Now 3rd down and 14.
Indians are 50% tonight on 3rd down, 7 for 14. And the Indians going to have to use a timeout. I think they had too many people on the field. Maroney off the field late, so Hayes High has to use a timeout, first of the second half. 7:13 remaining in the game. 12-7, Great Bend Indian football, brought to you by Cross Manufacturing, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, and Commercial Builders. 2 big plays in the second half for Great Bend. One of them a 46-yard run by Dalton Miller, the only touchdown of the second half, and that's the difference right now in a 12-7 ball game. Extra point blocked in the first half of Great Bend, then their 2-point conversion was no good.
Hayes High Indians, often they've had some consecutive drives here. They've had drives at 35 yards, 28 yards, 28 yards, but they've either had a penalty or they've had one particular play where they've lost considerable yardage and they've had a hard time correcting or making back up that lost yardage. Here's the play they lost right there that's now backed them up now to a 3rd and 14. And those have been difficult, as you mentioned, for the Hayes High Indians to convert on.
Hayes High 47 yards of second half offense after having 178 in the first half. 3rd down, 14 for the Indians from the 22-yard line. Indians will send Ibarra left along with Willie Sinnott. Brown to the right of the quarterback. Palmer Hutchison on this 3rd and 14. Palmer one-hands the snap, looking down the field. Pump fake. Now he's going to come to the near side, and he overshoots Ibarra, who was wide open. Joey Supisi got lost in coverage, and the throw from the far hash to the near sideline, too much, and it's incomplete. Palmer 10 for 22 now for 109 yards, and Hayes High has 4th and 14, 7:06 to go from their own 22 after forcing Great Bend into a loss of ball on downs, but the Indians now will punt from their own 22.
5 plays. They picked up a first down, but because of the lost yardage, they're going to end up only netting 5 yards on this particular drive.
That was a strong throw from Hutchison, but too much on it back to Ibarra. Great Bend sees the snap going low, but they're not rushing at all. The ball from Palmer off the side of his foot and out of bounds. This will not be a particularly long punt. It is going to land where? The official starts at the 40, now starts walking forward to the 43, we'll call it. It is a punt of 35 yards. Hayes High defense once again must have an answer with 6:59 to go. Indians down 12-7. Their lone touchdown, a second quarter pass of 49 yards from Palmer Hutchison to Mason Ibarra. Indian defense has answered the call more times than not tonight, but this is a big one, down by 5 with 6:59 to go if you want to get exact. Two running backs, Miller and Fritz with Coy Brock. Indians show blitz. They bring the blitz. It's going to be Miller, and he gets wrapped around the legs and taken down. Keaton Markley at the line of scrimmage makes the tackle. And it'll be a 1-yard gain to the 44.
And Trey Adams.
Miller 92 yards on 8 carries, a 25-yard run that set up a Coy Brock 4-yard touchdown run, and then a 46-yard touchdown run himself. 4 down linemen for the Indians, 3rd and 9 for the Panthers. They have the opportunity to check the sideline to get the play. They're not concerned with the clock right now. 2 right, 1 left, 2 running backs. It's an inside handoff to Fritz. Tries to come to the near side. There's a flag as Trey Adams comes up with a big-time one-arm tackle. Adams is 6'6", 243. Fritz 5'7", 160. There's a flag on the play as well against the Great Bend Panthers.
Yeah, Logan Schulte looks like he got dragged down to the ground outside, away from that tackle, so they're going to call that holding penalty against the Great Bend Panthers.
The flag is at the 41. The line of scrimmage was the 44, so this is will be a 13-yard penalty all told. It'll go down officially as 10.
Palmer Hutchinson coming in the game at the linebacker spot.
Yeah, we thought there was a chance Palmer would see some time at that linebacking position a year ago. 100-plus tackles, 119 for his career. He gets his first linebacking experience of the year, joins Bronco Loomis at that linebacker position. 2nd and 22 from the 31-yard line after the holding penalty on the Panthers. Clock rolls, and that resets 2nd down, and this ball won't be snapped until it's inside of 6 minutes to go. Indians down 12-7. A loss a week ago to Junction City. Great Bend beat Andover. Both teams had been coached by Tony Crow at one point. Here's a high snap. Fritz pulls it down. He gets hit by Palmer Hutchison. On cue, the quarterback linebacker comes in to make a tackle after a gain to the 33 of 2 by Gage Fritz. 3rd down. The Indians need to get off the field on 3rd and 20. Great Bend is 0 for 6 on 3rd down tonight. From the sideline coming in is going to be Gavin Hazelhorst, the sophomore. Now retreats to the sideline. He was coming in. He had a sack last week against Junction City, the Indians. Only sack of the night. 5.5 to go. 4th quarter. 12-7. Indians down 5. 3 wide receivers right. Schramer, the 1 wide receiver to the left. And now empty backfield as Fritz goes out to the far side. Brock on 3rd down and 20. Here comes Hutchison on a blitz. The Indians get up the field. Now Brock escapes to the left. He's going to get by Loomis, gets by another one, and he's going to have a 1st down in Hayes High territory. Or they marked him at the 49. He stepped out at the 49. 4th and 2.
It's going to be 4th and 2, but he eluded 3 open field tackles. 3 times he could have been brought down near the line of scrimmage or well short of the 1st down, and now it's going to be 4th and 2, 4th and 3 for Great Bend.
Great Bend's going to go for this. From the 49, they need to get to the 47. They're 0 for 1 on 4th down. 4th down and 2, trying to get Hayes High to jump, and they do.
Cody Peterson was showing blitz and stepped 1 yard too far into the neutral zone.
Oh, you could feel it coming, too. On 4th and 2, the Indians jump and give 5 yards, a free set of downs with 5:04 to go, and a 5-point deficit for the Indians.
Boy, 3 missed tackles on that previous play, setting up a 4th and 3.
That's the one. You make the tackle 10 yards prior to that. Great Bend's punting the ball. 5:04 to go. Indians down 5, 12-7. Out of the backfield, in motion, Dalton Miller. And now to the right side is Gage Fritz at the quarterback, Coy Brock. He's going to run that way. He's going to get hit, escape a tackle, and then driven backwards. Logan Schulte with the tackle for loss, his 3rd of the night. A loss of 2.
Logan Schulte in the tackle, but it was Cody Peterson making up for the last play where he stepped into the neutral zone. That time timed the blitz perfectly and got there to slow the play down, and Logan Schulte, they're pursuing to make the tackle, but Cody Peterson setting that up for a tackle for loss.
This drive started with just under 7 minutes to go in the game. It's down to 4:30. 2nd down and 12. Screen pass left side, Dalton Miller. He gets to the Indian 40. They'll mark him right on the 40-yard line. On a gain gain of 6. Miller's second catch of the night. Third down. Indians need to get off the field. They have 2 timeouts left. Down 5, 12-7, 4:15 and counting in Great Bend.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're 6 plays into this drive now. This is going to be the 7th play for the Great Bend Panthers on this drive, and they're winding that clock down.
Great Bend is 0 for 7 on third downs tonight, but they convert on a 4th down thanks to a Hayes High penalty. Great Bend's taking this clock inside 4 minutes. Ball from the 40, 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Indians defense needs a stop. Brock to the snap, throws left side. Schramer has a lane, first down, out of bounds.
Hayes High Indians selling out for the run up the middle and left the outside of the field open there for that receiver for the Great Bend Panthers.
Schramer out at the 31. It'll be a gain of 9 and a first down. That is the first third down conversion tonight for the Great Bend Panthers.
Hayes High Indian defense fully covering the run on the inside. Schramer left unguarded.
Schramer's 5th catch of the night for 48 yards after going 8 for 181 and 2 touchdowns last week. Ball out of bounds at 3:42, so the clock stops. Brock sees the Indians bring a blitz. He's going to run it to the left side, escape the blitz, 25, 20, out of bounds near the 15.
Palmer Hutchinson forcing that ball out, but unfortunately 14 yards down the field.
I feel like the Indians are taking a few too many chances right now defensively. Ball out of bounds at about the, where did they mark him out? Oh, they went inside the 15, said he got to the 13-yard line. And that'll be a gain of about 18 yards on the run from the 31 down to the 13.
Logan Schulte taking a break now, replaced by Augustino Boer, the 277-pound senior now on the defensive line for the Hayes High Indians.
Ball from the 13 in the red zone for a third time tonight is Great Bend. They lost the ball on downs on one of them. And timeout taken by Great Bend, it would appear. Check it with the official. 3:36 remaining. Great Bend takes their first time out of the second half. Indian football brought to you by Whiskey Creek Wood-Fire Grill, Paul Wartenberger Construction. It has been a ball game, Kurt David. The Indians and Panthers have both had a ton of opportunities tonight to create some separation from the other team, but neither has taken advantage of it.
Yeah, this particular drive, though, is getting fairly ominous, though, for the Hayes High Indians. We're 8 plays into this. Great Bend Panthers have consumed the ball now for 3.5 minutes, and they've got the ball 1st and 10 on the Hayes High Indian 13-yard line.
Be very surprised. Well, you say that. I was going to say be surprised if Great Bend would go to the air, but maybe that's exactly what they'll do. They've done it a couple of times on this drive. Great Bend had been 0 for 6 on third downs tonight going into this drive. On 3rd and 20, which is the key play of this drive right now, they got 18 yards to set up 4th and 2, and then the Indians jumped on 4th and 2 when the Panthers were going for it. And then the Panthers converted on 3rd and 6 on a 9-yard pass play, their first conversion of the night. 1st and 10 from the 13. Here's a keeper by Brock, and he slipped trying to get around a tackle and goes down at the 15, losing 2.
Yeah, I was going to say one more. Let's go one more.
3:26, 3:25, 3:24 and counting. The clock, the enemy of the Indians, down 5, 12-7. Hayes has had a lot of possessions into Great Bend territory tonight, but they have never gotten to the red zone. Their touchdown came from 49 yards out. The Indians' best drive was their first of the game, where they went to the 24-yard line. Fritz to the left of the quarterback, Coy Brock. 2 left, 2 right. Brock looks to the right side as he takes the snap. He throws that way to Haberman. He's going to get hit by the other number 7 on the field. Timeout Hayes High as Keaton Markley makes the tackle at about the 12-yard line. Short gain of 3.
Keaton Markley making the tackle. Palmer Hutchinson closing quickly to help get in on that tackle. It's going to be about 3rd and 9 for the Great Bend Panthers. Hayes takes a timeout.
Their second of the half. Down 12-7. The Indians can afford to give up a field goal because it makes it a 8-point ball game in which the Indians can still score a touchdown and tie it with a 2-point conversion. But a touchdown with under 3 minutes to go puts Hayes in a bad spot. Timeout Hayes High, and Indian football brought to you by McDonald's of Hayes, G&L Tire and Automotive, Hayes Chevrolet, NCK Tech, and Golden Plains Credit Union.
Hayes High Indians offense is going to be in a tough predicament no matter what the outcome of this drive is. Obviously, they're going to hold them to a field goal. It keeps them in the game. But Hayes High Indians have had the ball now for 3 drives. They picked up 9 yards on the first drive, 30 yards, and then 5 yards. They've had the ball for only 12 plays. So it's going to have to be a unique drive for the Hayes High Indians this second half if they get the ball back here now with 2 minutes and 48 seconds left.
Final minutes of the fourth quarter. Wichita North up on Liberal 13-0. Dodge City beating Salina South 14-10. Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. Here we go, third down and about 9 for Great Bend, who's 1 of 8 tonight on third down. And now the quarterback, Brock, moves Fritz to his right. He's going to keep it to the right side, come back to the middle. The Indians there swarm for the tackle. Hayes High will take their final timeout of the ball game. What does Great Bend do on fourth down with 2:41 remaining? The ball goes down to about the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 3.
Dustin, I'll tell you what. If I'm the Great Bend Panthers, well, you figure they've got to try to attempt a field goal here. If they've got confidence in their kicker, you figure they've got to take this thing up by 8 points and at worst force this thing to an overtime.
Brock went 4 yards on 3rd and 9, and it looks like the 8-yard line is going to be the spot. Do the Hayes High Indians have it in them to pull off a big-time stop on fourth down? Or does Great Bend come out and shoot for the field goal? Shoot for the field goal, kick the field goal, go for the field goal. It looks like the Great Bend offense is coming back on the field, or is that? Nope, that is Danny Franco, the the field goal kicker. Remember, the last time the Indians were on field goal defense, they jumped off sides. This is 4th and 5. Franco to attempt his first field goal of the season. The Indians line holds. The snap is down. The kick is up. Is it good? It is. It didn't look real pretty, but it went through, and it's an 8-point ball game at 15-7. The Indians did what they needed to do and still have an opportunity with 2:38 remaining in the game. Danny Franco with the field goal.
11 plays, goes 51 yards, ends in a field goal and an 8-point lead for the Great Bend Panthers now with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left.
Well, Kurt, they did exactly what they needed to do. Their longest drive by plays of the night got the field goal. 25-yarder by Danny Franklin. They took a lot of time off the clock, too.
4 minutes and 20 seconds. 4 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock.
By time, their longest drive of the night with the longest plays. Remember, they converted on 4th and 2 when the Indians jumped off sides. Right before that, the Indians on 3rd and 20 missed a couple of tackles that allowed 18 yards by the quarterback. Hayes High, will they get a chance to return the kick? Franco put the last 2 into the south end zone. He's now kicking into what wind there is left on a damp night. The Indians set up shop at the 5-yard line. Tavian Kramer, Hayden Brown. Brown, a kickoff return for a touchdown against Junction City a week ago. Missed, moves across the field, right to left. The kickoff is a line drive squib kick. It's going to be picked up at the 20, and an Indian will go immediately to a knee. That is Lane Becker. So Hayes High will spot the ball at the 21. They need 79 yards, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion to tie this thing up.
Longest drive of the game for the Hayes High Indians was that touchdown scoring drive in the first half. They went 80 yards down the field in 1 minute and 18 seconds. Hayes High Indians can do it. Now that was aided by a penalty, a face masking penalty, I believe, on the Great Bend Panthers.
Reuter, lone wide receiver right, 3 to the left. Sinnott in between Ibarra, who's near the sideline. Schrader, the slot. Outside left tackle Luke Fletcher. Brown in the backfield. 3 down linemen for the Panthers. They don't bring a blitz. Palmer's going to roll out to the wide side of the field. Now cut it up. He's going to get hit and dropped. Not good. Loss of 5 on first down.
Earlier in the game, we've seen the Great Bend Panthers play against the run against the Hayes High Indians when there were 2 men in the backfield. That time, all linebackers blitzing, truly trying to put pressure on Palmer Hutchinson.
2nd down and 15 for the Indians from the 16-yard line. Hayes out of timeouts, 2:13 and counting in this 4th quarter. 3 right, 2 left. Indians go empty on 2nd down and 15. Palmer takes the snap. Pump fake, throws underneath, and he overshoots Ibarra, who was open. 3rd and 15.
Ibarra open on that play, but obviously the communication. We talked about this a little bit last week against Junction City. Palmer Hutchinson new to the quarterback role, not totally in sync with some of his receivers. Ibarra there motionless as if the ball was going to come straight to him. Palmer Hutchinson leading him down the field about 4 or 5 yards. Just a miscommunication on what that pattern was going to be.
3 right, 2 left again. Senna Ibarra to the near side. 3rd and 15. 2:01 with the clock stopped. Indians down 8. Hutchinson needs a conversion. He steps up, gets hit, escapes. Now he's going to head down the field. He's going to throw. It's going to be reached up and caught at the 30-yard line, at the 31. Going up to make the catch. Dylan Reuter's first career catch. Gets the yardage to the 31. It's a gain of 15.
That's enough. They're going to move they're moving the chain, so it's going to be 1st down now for the Hayes High Indians with 1 minute and 50 seconds left.
Number 15 with 15 yards. 1st and 10. Out to the 31. Boy, Dylan Reuter need all that 6'8 frame. 3 left, 2 right. 3 down linemen for the Panthers. Hutchinson takes the snap. He throws the screen near side, and Sinnott has the pass broken up, and that's a good thing. The clock would have been running, and the Indians would have lost about 6 yards.
Boy, and I'm not so sure that ball wasn't thrown backwards. I mean, if that ball was called down, but boy, it looked like it could have been a live ball for the Great Bend Panthers to pick up and run into the end zone if they'd have done so.
124 yards passing for the Indians. Palmer Hutchinson, he needs about 69 more yards to pay dirt. The ball marked just across the 30 near the 31-yard line. Hayes sends 4 wide receivers to the right. Sinnott the only one left, so that puts Schrader, Ibarra, Reuter, and Brown to the right side. First time the Indians have used this formation in 2018. Indians out of timeouts. Hutchinson will roll to the side of the 4 wide receivers. Stop, plant, look over the middle of the field. It's incomplete, intended for Sinnott on the back side of the play. 3rd and 10. This is the 17th 3rd down conversion attempt tonight for the Indians.
Tough throw for Palmer Hutchinson to make. He was rolling out to the right. He really didn't have time to set up and square up to throw that ball, throwing the ball on the run.
Indians 8 for 16 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 10 from the 31, their own side of the field. Minute 27 remaining in the game. Indians out of timeouts. Reuter and Sinnott right side. Brown, Ibarra near side, and now jumping to the right side is going to be Cole Schrader. Clock stopped with 1:27 to go. Indians down 15-7. Hutchinson's going to go with the shotgun snap, drops straight back, has a clean pocket, overshoots his intended receiver. Hayden Brown, either not the right route thrown or the right route run. 4th and 10. This could be the ball game. If Hayes cannot convert on 4th and 10, they're 0 for 1 on 4th down tonight.
Great Bend Panthers not trying to blitz on that play. The Hayes High Indian offensive line able to handle the 4 men up front for Great Bend, easily giving Palmer Hutchinson time to throw the ball. Just trouble finding the receivers.
Indians led 7-6 at the half. A 46-yard run by Dalton Miller and a 25-yard Danny Franco field goal. The only points in the second half, all for Great Bend. 4th and 10. Indians need a conversion to keep the game alive. Sinnott near side makes the catch as he gets driven out of bounds near the 45-yard line. Beautifully thrown ball to Willie Sinnott. Indians convert for 13 yards out to the 43-yard line.
Ball is high, but Willie Sinnott makes the jumps up high, grabs the ball and comes down, gets at least that 1 foot in bounds to make the reception.
Sinnott gets out of bounds as well, so the clock stops. Minute 15 remaining. 15-7, Indians down 8. That's the 5th catch for Willie Sinnott, now for 29 yards. 3 right, 2 left. Indians on the left hash, still on their side of the field. Palmer has time, now in some trouble. He's going to scramble up the middle, try to angle to the near sideline, can't get loose, and now has to hurry and get back to the line of scrimmage. He got up to the 47-yard line, picked up 4 yards. Tick, 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 tick. Inside a minute to go. Indians without a timeout. Clock running at 55 seconds, down by 8. This play from the sideline, taking a little time. The crowd urging the team to hurry up, down to 45 seconds. Ibarra alone to the left. 3 wide receivers to the right. Brown to the right of the quarterback with 40 seconds remaining in the game. Hutchison, play action pass, rolls out to the right. He's looking backside to Hayden Brown. Flag on the play. It's intercepted. The ball is intercepted by Great Bend, but there's a flag on the play. What is the penalty? The interception is by Alex Olivas, the Bandit backer. The officials get together. What is the penalty? It's in the secondary. This is huge. If it's against the Indians, the ball game is done.
Take a shot.
Personal foul against Great Bend, and the Indians will have a free first down on the Panthers' 4th penalty of the night. And I'll be honest, I have no idea what happened. It was out of my peripheral. The penalty, was thrown in Great Bend territory at about the 48-yard line. The officials will mark the ball off where? From the line of scrimmage because of the incomplete pass. 15 yards, and Hayes High with 29 seconds remaining will get to walk 15 yards closer.
Personal foul. Hitting a man while he was out of bounds.
The Indians had a man out of bounds, and he got hit by the defensive back. 38-yard line is where the Indians will have the football. Down 8, 29 seconds to go. Schrader and Brown right. Sinnott, Ibarra left. Roy Maroney into the ball game now for the Hayes High Indians. What do you got for 29 seconds? No timeouts and an 8-point deficit from the 38-yard line. Great Bend doesn't bring a blitz. Palmer has time, rolls right now, back to his left. He's going to throw it short to Mason Ibarra, 30. He's at the 25-yard line. He'll get taken down. The Indians got to hurry up and clock this ball.
Now the clock will stop here as they move the chains.
They'll get the ball up to Ibarra at about the 28-yard line.
Palmer Hutchison needs to go under center to ground the ball.
He'll take the snap with 17, throw it down with 14 seconds. Here we go from the 27. It'll be a gain of 11. 148 yards tonight for Palmer Hutchison. Mason Ibarra did enough to get the first down. Usually you don't want somebody weaving back to the middle of the field, but Hayes High needed the yards to get the first down and stop the clock.
Dylan Reuter's coming into the game. He's going to line up wide receiver far right.
6'8", first career catch tonight. Do you put it up? Let him rebound it in the end zone. 14 seconds remaining. 28-yard line is where the Indians will snap the football from with 5 wide receivers. Hutchison with a low snap is looking down the field towards the end zone. It is incomplete with 8 seconds remaining. Hutchison took a shot at the end of the play. There were 2 Panthers and 2 Indians down there, and now a Panther is down, and so Hayes High will get an opportunity to talk about this thing on 3rd and 10.
Hayes High Indians in 11 plays have managed to bring this ball, 52 or 52 yards down the field to the 28-yard line of the Great Bend Panthers.
The drive started at the 21 after the kickoff return, and for the Panthers, the injury is right where the collision happened for the jump ball. That Dalton Miller, I believe it is. We'll check the number as he gets to his feet. Whoever it is will have to come out of the game. It is Dalton Miller, who has a pair of interceptions tonight and a touchdown run. He is most definitely Great Bend's player of the game. Indians on their 30th pass attempt of the night. May be the final play of the evening. Down 15-7, 3rd and 10 from the Great Bend 28. Each side has players calling for the game. Keaton Markley into the ball game, wide receiver left. 25 career catches. He comes in left, 3 wide receivers right, 8 seconds remaining. Indians going for the home run ball. Palmer escapes to the right, throws towards the end zone for a jump ball. It's going to be caught. Is it in? No! Incomplete! And that's the ball game. The clock goes to 0, and Hayes High comes up short. 15-7. I'll be honest, I couldn't 100% tell if it was caught. Either way, it was out of bounds, it appeared, and the Indians will lose by 8 to the Great Bend Panthers. But Kurt David, we saw some growth tonight from the Hayes High Indians.
Yeah, we really did. You know, the Hayes High Indian offense had a tougher time keeping the ball consistently down the field, and we knew that was going to be true because the Great Bend Panther defense returned 10 starters from last year, and it's just a bigger defense than we saw last week against Junction City. It's the Hayes High Indian defense that really made some big improvements this week, kept Hayes High Indians in the game against the Great Bend team that had 383 yards total offense last week, 230 of those yards passing. They did a terrific job, the Hayes High Indian defense did in the first half, holding the Great Bend Panthers to 69 yards. They had a more difficult time in the second half as the Great Bend Panthers were very effective in breaking tackles, the Hayes High Indian defense. Great improvement and experience from last week in terms of tackling and not missing assignments, but in the second half you began to see some breakdowns and Great Bend taking advantage of those. So still some things for the Hayes High Indians to prove upon, but they kept themselves in the game tonight and gave themselves a chance to win this first WAC contest of the season.
Hayes High now 0-2 on the season. Great Bend 2-0 in 2018. It came down to a Hail Mary from 28 yards out on the far side of the end zone, and Hayes High sees it go incomplete. 15-7, Great Bend with the victory, scoring 9 second-half points after Hayes High led 7-6 at the mid-game break. For Hayes High Indian football, I'm Dustin Armbruster.